It's clobbering time! It's clobbering time! Clobberonimo!
Yeah, greetings, clobberers, clobberonimos, clobberooskies, clobberoids, clobberettes, clobberians, clobtrekkers, or whatever else you are. For all you other friends out there,
Clobologists.
Clobologists and everyone else. And to everyone else, the secret is to bang the rocks together, guys.
Clobberonimo!
Yes, indeed. Hello, my friends. Thank you for being here for Saturday Night Star Trek. It's clobbering times. Oh, I forgot. Okay, now it's clobbering times. Number 678, number one on one. That's on YouTube, of course. 1,378 overall, and it's Saturday Night Star Trek number 143. Wow! So we've been doing this a while, have we not? Wow!
It's been a long road.
Yes, that's true. Getting from, never mind. Don't do it. We got a long way to go before that. Unfortunately, it's a long road before we get to that. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Well, hello, my dear friends. It's good to see you all. Thank you all for popping in on this lovely Saturday night. I hope you're all doing well. Here we are for 4 more episodes of Star Trek Voyager. But before we get started, as always, I will turn it over to my wonderful first officer, and she will have some opening words for us, and then we'll get moving.
Good evening, best friend. I love you. I love spending Saturday with you. I look forward to every single Saturday. I get to hang out with you, and it's just so much fun. It's terrific. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of this beautiful thing that you created at your virtual comic book shop. Hail to the chat. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Saturday Night Star Trek. We are going to kick some major butt tonight, just hashing it out like good Trekkies do, the good, the bad, the ugly. We're going to laugh. We're going to cry. It's going to be, there are going to be some hijinks. It's going to be a lot of fun. first thing I want to do is I want to thank my patrons on Patreon. Yes, folks, that is true. I have gone the way of Andy Weir. If the corporations don't want to publish science fiction short stories, then I'm going to listen to my patrons, the folks who told me, no, get on Patreon. Let's make this happen. So I have a new book coming out. And everyone who is on my Patreon not only gets a copy of my old book, but they also get to read the rough drafts of the stories that are going in my new book. And so they're just amazing, old-fashioned, cool people. I feel like I'm living an Oscar Wilde short story or novel or something to have patrons. It's very cool. So Larry, I love you very much. Thank you for everything that you have done for me as an author. Equally, Tony Stark. Larry and Tony Stark, I cannot believe your generosity and loyalty to me. I just love you guys very much. I also want to thank Sean Carter, Cardinal Sin. May you rest in peace, my sweet friend who backed me from day one. Shoota! Gwagnar, Chris Persia, Scuba and Leslie Pete, Eric K and his trusty dusty dog Kirby, Enigmatic Drop Bear, hope you're feeling on the top of the world, my wonderful friend, Michael and Cassandra Beacom, Mark D with a C, Anti-Derivative Jill, Maximum Redstone, JT Kirk, Dadman and the Dadman Clan, Lord and Lady Thoth, and of course Lance. Chuck that dog some cheese. He's cute. He's our Porthos. I also want to thank Rob Altus and Tyler. Without these people, I would not be able to get the book together, to be able to promote it, to appear at conventions. So you guys are my heroes. I just want to thank you publicly and let you know that words will never measure up to your generosity of spirit and your kindness in facilitating the publishing of these episodic classic science fiction stories. So if you like classic episodic science fiction, then hop on over to Amazon and give one of my stories a try. They're only 99 cents. And I think I talked long enough. Hey, boss, you have a couple of gifts, and I'm excited about tonight. Let's do it.
Hey, absolutely. I want to thank you all for the gifts there. I want to thank Scuba Pete for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for all you do. Cheers, Clobby and Raquel. Thank you, my brother. Always good to see you, buddy. Thank you. And the Dave G Sound had a member chat, member of 14 months. Thank you, Dave G. Adjust the clobberological concept.
I hope you're feeling better, Dave G Sound.
Yes, absolutely.
Sending a soft hug to you.
Yes. So, how about some show notes and shout outs, shall we?
Let's do it.
All righty, Oceanin. All right, folks, let's see here. Well, let's see. Tomorrow night, the great Mark D with the C, the chief engineer, should be back tomorrow night. He's out on a away mission or whatever, but right now, he should be back tomorrow night for the Sunday Night Geekery, and that will be 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if all goes well. And he'll probably have some eatery involved in that too. We'll see. Monday night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be on with the great J-Man, my good buddy J-Man, for our Legion of Superheroes review show with Sean and J-Man and myself. That is 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central. And then for Monday Night Mark C. Comics Talk, as some may or may not know, it is Doctor Who month on Clobbering Times, Mondays mainly Wednesdays. But this Monday night, since it's a comic book show, Monday Night Mark C. Comics Talk, I'm going to talk about the history of Doctor Who comics. Done it about Star Trek. It's about time I've done one about Doctor Who and the comics for Doctor Who fans, and had a lot of fun doing my Doctor Who show last Wednesday night, and every Wednesday, each of the Wednesdays this month will be about the Doctor as well. But I thought I would make this one about something special, Doctor Who comics. I bet you didn't know there were any, did you? Unless you were a Doctor Who freak, of course.
I love this poster.
Oh, thanks. It's not much, but it gets the point across there.
Yeah, I love that. I love it when you make your promotional posters like collages of all of your favorite moments from whatever piece of pop culture that you're covering. I love that. I think it's really cool. It's very inspiring.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. And then, and then of course, the rest of the week, like I said, stuff and things will happen. But let's do our shout outs. Let's shout out, of course, first our wonderful, wrenches who were here throughout the whole week when they could help us. And There's a start off with the great Eric K., the Bronze Wrencher.
Love you.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much. This Chris Persia, Vindicated Wrench of the Great White North. Thank you so much for what you do. I don't think he's here yet, but
he is here, but he's pooped. So he waved hello to everyone in the chat.
Oh, did he? I didn't see him.
He let everyone know that he won't be responding, but it's not because he's not here. It's because he's lying down and he's watching us on the TV in his bedroom. So, Chris Persia, I just want to tell you how much I love you, sweetheart. Thank you for everything that you do for Clobby and I. Thank you for promoting Clobby's channel and always making these beautiful advertisements that you splash all over social media. You are a loyal and wonderful friend, and we cherish you. Thanks, baby. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Buddy, good to see you, man. And I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Get everybody written down so I can shout them out, of course. Okay. All right. Sorry, buddy. Lost me place. All right. D. Bud Martin, the Wrench of Iron. The aforementioned great Lord Thoth. Avon lives, long live the Legion, buddy. Shout out Lady Thoth as well, the lovely lady. By the way, again, even though it's a couple days late, happy birthday to the great Lord Thoth.
Happy birthday, old man. We love you.
Yep. And you're still younger than me, buddy. I think he is. Anyway. The great J-Man, the Wrench Without Fear, my partner in crime on earth, B and Legionnaire, if you reviewer extraordinaire.
And horror author. He sells stories on Amazon. You should support Jason because J-Man is out there promoting indie comics, indie authors, indie musicians, just all the whole indie sphere. J-Man is behind all of that. So we should give him a pat on the back and get on over and support him as well. Shout out to J-Man.
Shout out to the great J-Man indeed. Let's see here. Stephen Callell, the Super Wrench.
Real soup.
Maddie's daddy, Thor in Vegas.
Yay! Hey, baby.
The rascally wrench himself, Fanty Outsidey, and
Fanty.
Maximum Redstone.
Maximum Redstone.
Music Meister himself. So, let's see. Up in here before we start shouting you. I'm going to shout out you all now. First, so we have one other. Fanty Outsidey with a member of 13 months. Thank you, Fanty. Says female Herald and Marvel's surfer. Sorry, man. Okay. All right. Gotcha. That's okay. I'm not gonna care about that point anyway. Oh, well, I'll probably get forced to see it. Anyway. All right. So, where were I?
Shout outs.
Okay. All right, shout outs, everybody. Let's see. Our good buddy Mark D with the C, our chief engineer's not in tonight, folks.
Damn it, Mark.
Shout him out anyway. Our anti-derivative Jill, our wonderful chief of communications, is here.
Jilly.
FKHC 2005. Hey there.
2005.
Empress NM. Hello there. Taylor Swift is greater than Disney Star Wars or something like that. I never can write the whole thing down because
you're darn tootin'. Well, everybody gets the gist.
Yeah. I think that's Matt G. Matt G, we know you. Shooter!
Pew, 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 pew.
Raymond Feliciano, what's up, buddy?
You know what that means? King Dolphin TV.
In color.
All
righty. Let's see. Already got him. Gwagnar's here.
Wagner.
Yeah. JT Kirk. All right, buddy. Go Lions.
Kirk. He is Kieran.
Go Lions. Rob Altus has one. He says,
Even Rob.
Member for 13 months. 13 months of loving these streams. Time flies. Thank you so much for those kind words. Thank you for being here.
Yep.
Thank you so much,
love
man.
Love it. Are you serious that Taylor Swift is greater than Disney Star Wars as Matt G?
Yes, well, he said so right there.
If that is Matt G and it appears, he is. Oh, I have missed you and I've been worried about you. I was wondering where you are and you were here the whole time.
Hiding from us.
I'm sending you shin kicks, Matt G.
Hiding from us.
It's so good to see you. He was all worried about you and it's you.
Good to see you, buddy. All right here. Dave G Sound. Hey,
Not just another body of water.
Enigmatic Drop Bear. What's up, buddy?
Yay! The
Hope you're
erudite
doing well.
bear.
Hope you're both doing well. You and Dave G. And they call him Scuba Pete. He's the king of the Ramba beat. When he plays the knack, he goes chick chicka boom, chick chicka boom. All right.
Scuba Pete.
Brian Hepburn.
Good evening, Brian.
Sandra Feliciano.
Good evening. How are you today?
Rob Altus. All right, buddy.
Rob.
Ray Lucard. Hello.
Good evening, Ray.
The Tetrarch of Apathy.
So apathetic.
But he cares anyway. The lovely Sherry. Always great.
Hey, hello, gorgeous.
Always good to see you, lovely one. Larry.
A man so nice. You should say his name twice, perhaps thrice. Larry. I love you. Thank you for everything. Good to see you.
All right, buddy. Parker Luck. Hey.
Evening, Parker.
Sander Hammerslag. All right. Good to see you.
Evening, Sander.
Let's see. Sathras.
Crap.
Good to see you, Seth. Brogu from my own home, from my old hometown. There we go. And Snail Messiah, old friend. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Doc Fortune. What's up, Doc?
Hey, Doc.
And Stephen S.
Good evening, Stephen. Nice to see you.
And so far, that's all we have. Anyone else will be duly scribbled down and shouted out at the first available opportunity. In the meantime, I guess we could get down to beeswax here.
You hear that, folks? You will be scribbled, and you'll like it, too.
You will. Well, I guarantee that much.
Boss man, tell the folks at home what this show is, in case they're new.
That's what we always like to do. We like to let everybody know what's going on and what's up in here and all that stuff. So, Saturday Star Trek. Hey, Anonymous, what's up, buddy?
Hey, howdy, nerds. He says, nerds. You know, Bob.
Nerds.
Do you have nerds handy?
Yeah, I could have surprised him with it, but you just spoiled it. No, here we go. Sorry.
Get those nerds! Nerds! What?
It doesn't get old. It doesn't get old.
Anonymous, good to see you, buddy. Okay, so Saturday Night Star Trek, what is it? If you're new here, by the way, big shout out to everyone who lurks, all you lurkers out there. And I always forget to say it, and I apologize for that. But we love that you're here lurking. We appreciate you. And, of course, if you're watching on a download or a rewatch, also appreciate you very much. And thank you, Rob Aldis, for that super chat. You're too kind, my friend. Bobby, my friend, said wave 2 of Prisoner Figures will have Leo McKern.
No way.
Oh, my God, coming soon.
Wow.
You really are the limit number 6. I love that guy.
Wow, we're going to have to talk about that on the Clubhouse. I love that Rob is right on the Prisoner. That is wonderful information. Thank you, Rob.
Oh, man, that is fantastic. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, started Star Trek back in January of 2021. My wonderful first officer and I embarked upon a serious mission, a dangerous mission, a perilous mission of reviewing every single episode that falls within the actual legitimate Star Trek canon, which means 1966 to 2005. Real Trek only, 735 there. And we started with, of course, the original series, the animated series, the original crew films, Star Trek The Next Generation and the TNG films, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and we are now currently just getting started a couple of weeks into, or a number of episodes also, into Star Trek Voyager Season 3. We'll have 4 episodes tonight, of course, and that's basically it. I'll now turn it over to my wonderful first officer. I'll give her the helm, and she will get us started.
Yes, folks, you heard the boss right. And we start each and every episode with a summary. Why? Because we know you're a diehard Trekkie and you might not have had time to rewatch the episodes. But you know what you're not going to see a lot of here on this show? That is these massive Google and IMDb and Memory Alpha dumps that you see a lot on Star Trek shows. We don't do that here, and that is because a lot, sometimes most or all of the crap that you read on IMDb and Memory Alpha about Star Trek is factoid. It's been passed around with Trekkies so often that people think it's fact. It's not. And a lot of it is complete garbage. So if you want to look for information on a Voyager, the best thing you can do is turn to the companion or the celebration. I recommend getting either one of those books if you would like to confirm or dispel any rumors that you're reading on social media about Star Trek. Why do we use Wikipedia? Well, because Wikipedia is mostly short and sweet. It's not well wrought. Sometimes it's also inaccurate, but we can correct it on the fly. But it really helps to put everybody on the same page so that we can go forward in dissecting the episodes. And that's how we get it done. And I'm so excited to hear what your ratings are, what your thoughts are about the episodes. We're going to have so much fun tonight. And Boss Man, you are just... JT Kirk is giving away memberships. You have presents. So just, go ahead, Clobby.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good to see you, Max Redstone, by the way. I got your email. Thank you, sir. I got your email, buddy. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Hey, cutie patootie.
Boogie. I enjoyed your song, by the way. Let's see here. JT Kirk says, gifted 5. Oh, JT, thank you so much, buddy.
Sweet person.
If you're not a member yet and you want to be, he's got those gifted. Thank you. And so did so did Larry.
Larry did it too.
Thank you, Larry.
Gosh, Larry, sweetheart, I love you so much. Thank you for that.
And now Shooter did it.
Now Shooter did it. Oh, there are 15 memberships up for grabs. Folks, please, if you pick up those memberships, don't be shy. Please say thank you to Shooter. Say thank you to Larry. Say thank you to
so
JT
much.
Kirk. And you know, guys, I just love you so much. I'm sending a smooch for each one of your faces. Thank you for helping to grow Clobby's channel and to grow his audience for Saturday Night Star Trek. I love you guys so much. Thank you. You are wonderful friends.
Oh, Robert Altus. That's cool, man. Good. About but we can't say the Phil's name here. But yeah, he says Klutzman's out. Moving games.
Oh, good.
Doesn't matter.
The filth man cometh.
Someone just take over. By the way, Mistral Niblick is here. Welcome, Mistral. That's a name from Enterprise.
Oh well, Mistral Niblick. I didn't see that.
I
just thought now.
Well, Mistral, thank you for popping in. I don't believe I recognize you, so it's always great to have new people pop in.
Welcome. So I hope you have a wonderful time this evening.
Yeah. All right. Well, so we basically explained what we do here, and let us just get started. We'll start with our first episode. Are you ready?
Yes, boss. Let's do it.
All righty then. Our first episode of the evening is Futures Reared End, Part 2.
This is true.
Cliffhanger, folks. Woo-hoo.
Yeah. It's number 2 in every way you could imagine. Futures End is Season 3, Episode 9, and if you're following along in the celebration or the companion, it is production code 151. This first aired on November 13th, 1996. I'm going to be reading extemporaneously from Wikipedia. That means I haven't pre-read it. Why? Because this show is entirely organic. So it might be a little rough, especially because the writing's really, really, really bad. But we'll get through it together. So, in the immortal words of Data, saddle up, lock and load. Following Starling's computer attack, Voyager is badly damaged, leaving Paris and Tuvok stranded on Earth with Robinson. Paris convinces her to help by claiming that he and Tuvok are government agents trying to recover highly advanced technology that was stolen by Starling. Robinson, prompted by Paris and Tuvok, arranges to meet Starling at a public park. To keep an eye on the Doctor, Starling equips the Doctor with a piece of 29th century technology, a mobile hollow emitter, which allows him to move around without having to rely on fixed emitters. During the meeting, Chakotay and Torres take a shuttle into Earth's lower atmosphere, planning to abduct Starling and beam him aboard Voyager. Unfortunately, damage taken during the transport forces Chakotay and Torres to crash in the Arizona desert, where they are captured by isolationists. Tuvok and the Doctor, splitting up from Paris and Robinson, are able to rescue them and begin repairs on the shuttle. Held prisoner on Voyager, Starling admits to Janeway that he intends to travel into the future to steal more advanced technology. Sound familiar, folks? I mean, we've had this this is a TNG story, because he has reached the limit of what he can create by studying the Aeon. Janeway informs him of Captain Braxton's warning about the disaster he will cause, but Starling is too egotistical to believe he can fail. Just when Janeway believes that she has ended Starling's plans, one of his henchmen transports him back to his office. Paris and Robinson arrive there to discover a large truck which they believe contains the time ship. They pursue the vehicle out of the city, aided by the arrival of the repaired shuttle. It's too late. The truck is found to be a decoy, and Starling launches the Aeon, still at the ChronoWorks building. After a last attempt to dissuade Starling, Janeway manually fires a photon torpedo at the Aeon, destroying it and saving the future. The future? You mean the entire solar system, nincompoop? A few moments later, an alternative Captain Braxton arrives in another time ship, Aeon. Whoever wrote that, I'm sending you some shin kicks, explaining that having detected the anomaly of their presence in the past, he has come to return them to their time at the place they left it. Sadly, he is unwilling to bring them to their Earth, as that would violate the temporal prime directive. Willing to bring them to their Earth. It's not their Earth, right? It's the Delta Quadrant. It's the Alpha Quadrant. It's not, there isn't a different Earth. Voyager returns to the exact moment they first encountered the Aeon. The Doctor gains more freedom, and he keeps the mobile hollow emitter. And that is all the collective internet has to say about Futures End Part Poo. Boss, please tell me. Oh, Just Joe's here.
Just Joe, what's up, Jubber, buddy? Good to see you, man.
Art, long time no see.
Good to see you there, buddy.
Boss, please tell me, what did you think of Futures Rear End Part Poo?
Oh my God, I think this is way worse than the first part, because all right, everything else is just dopey. First of all, no, one thing I hate about the entire episode is that they're once again, like DS9 did it in their horrible episode Past Tense, which I still hate more than this one, is that they totally dump all over the eugenics wars and totally screw everything up with in Khan's lore. Mm-hmm. But also, it's just you're trying. They were just trying to at least have some. I mean, it seemed like at least they were trying to have a fairly, innocuous, good-spirited, fun episode about time travel, and they couldn't get that right because all of a sudden, the weirdest part of it, in other words, it just would have been stupid until all of Chipotle and B'Elanna crash land in the desert at Ruby Ridge. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, this was a direct, just like Past Tense was, as a matter of fact. This was a direct. When they meet these militia people, when they get kidnapped by militia, it's so laughably stupid. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in Star Trek. But it was definitely, just as the Past Tense episode was preaching with a heavy hand, this was trashing. There was an event here. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Back in 1992, called Ruby Ridge, which was there was some survivalists who were attacked by the government. It was a big thing. A guy named Randall Weaver. I won't go into it, but it was in 1992, somewhere out. I forgot exactly what part of the world it was in. It was way out west somewhere. And this is you could not be any more transparent with what they were talking about with these what were they calling them in that school, like survivalist or what you call them?
No,
Militia,
isolationists.
Isolationists. Okay, well, they were militiamen, and a lot of people don't remember Ruby Ridge now, but it was a big deal back then, and it was a big shootout. The feds did shoot. They shot us. They killed us. I think killed his wife or something like that, and it was pretty big in the news. It wasn't as big as the Waco thing, but it was a couple of years before that, and it was pretty big. Anyway, this was just so blatantly like, what are you doing with this crap? I mean, why? And it was just that really. I mean, the episode, I probably would have just found it mildly dumb and just not liked it. But that really made me hate it. It was so stupid. I don't know. I hate everything.
It was very on the nose. It was actually so on the nose that I wasn't even aware of Ruby Ridge, but I knew what they were attacking, right? Because everyone knows in the United States and
yes,
that the United States is there are a lot of people in the United States who believe in survivalism and being a survivalist. And I actually I totally support that. I think it's really important. If you have parents that were born in the late 1930s or early 40s, you know that that every single person in our society should have a 2-month supply of things to keep them well, occupied and full and hydrated. And that's something that we used to do before, and it was a normal thing.
Yeah.
And now there are millions of people. Yeah. Now there are millions of people who have nothing more than 2 beers and a jar of peanut butter in the fridge, and sometimes that's due to poverty, but it's also this instant lifestyle that we have, where we can get anything instantly to our homes, and when disaster strikes, that's not a very smart thing to do, right? And yes, there are some people who take it too far and they become preppers, where they're where they're holding like 3 and 4 years worth of food. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I will say this, that I got very strong vibes as a scholar. I got very strong vibes that there was something here, and I did not know it was Ruby Ridge. But I, too, strongly dislike this idea of the survivalist attacking the survivalist, or every survivalist is a nutcase, because that's actually not true. And if we didn't live in a society where we could get everything instantly, no one would dare speak that way. There was a time when you could be living, 50 kilometers out of town, and you have to have powdered milk. That's a part of life. You know what I mean, Clobby? And you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the reality. This is the reality for people who are still alive in my family line. If your grandmother's born in the late 1800s, this stuff.
Yep. So absolutely. By the way, we have some friends here. You can start with say hello, then we'll get you on your notes. Let's see here. Sean Carter. What's up, buddy?
Sean Carter from Mars.
Touring Machine. Hello there. Welcome.
Good evening, Terry.
Chabalama. Way there. Welcome.
Chabalama.
Carlos Megas. Hey there.
Good evening, Carlos.
So glad to have you all with us. Absolutely. Great to see you. So, notes, right?
Yes. I just wanted to say thank you for letting me know that was Ruby Ridge. But for
Randall Weaver was the gentleman who got his whole family was attacked by the feds.
Randall Weaver. Okay, I've written it down. Yep. And what year was that?
1992, I think.
1992.
Was it 92? So I remember I was following that stuff really hard. It made a lot of news, not like Waco did, but pretty big. Mm-hmm. It was big here. Like Waco was big. The whole world knew about that. But.
Yeah, I like that Jamalama says, I'm so glad I live in a smallish, ruralish town at this point. I totally agree. But this modern mentality where all you have to do is call all you have to do is get on Amazon and somebody in a Prime truck will bring it, or all you have to do is order some DoorDash and your food will be here in a minute. That's not very smart. If there's an ice storm, inclement weather, anything can happen. And I just think it's ludicrous, given how old my relatives are and the time in which I was born. I grew up in the 1970s, but I had a much older parent and also had much older grandparents. I just think that it is very foolish to write science fiction that goes against the survivalist storyline, the being aware of reality and making sure that you have that week or two worth of food, that you have canned goods, that you have water in your house, that you have a first aid kit. And you don't have to push it to a prepper. You don't have to push it to Ruby Ridge or Waco. And so I think it's foolhardy to start dabbling in that sort of thing when you're dealing with science fiction fans. So really appreciate your input on this one, Clobby. Okay, let's get to my notes, folks, because that was in my notes. And I was going to say, Clobby, is this Waco? What's going on? Remember, this is an international show, and I'm a Canadian. So I've got my own history and problems to worry about in my country. And I know the international people may not be aware of Ruby Ridge. So thank you for that, boss.
Lisa's here, by the way.
Lisa!
Hey, Lisa.
Okay, so this one starts with a decent and even charming dialogue. Finally, we have a nice exchange with the lunatic Sarah Silverman and Paris and Tuvok. And I don't even care what Silverman's name is in this. I think it's Robinson, but I don't care.
Yeah.
The Voyager crew is absolutely, completely, totally incompetent. And Neelix is once again in a meeting of trained senior military staff and astronauts. Why? I think it's dumb that this idea that Chronoworks figured out a way to make the Doctor feel pain. As I have reminded people on several occasions before, the Doctor has felt pain. We get a decent and realistic dialogue between B'Elanna and Chakotay. What it would be like if they were thrown back in time and had to stay there. I thought that was a decent exchange, but not enough to save the episode.
Sure.
B'Elanna and Chakotay and the shuttle incident, they have a catastrophic failure for no believable reason. This is more incompetence. And the fact that they just say it's engine trouble is the dumbest thing ever. And I find it super, super annoying. I do love that the lunatics, Sarah Silverman, calls the Doctor Mr. Leisure Suit. And I absolutely love that he barks back, well, there's a name I hadn't considered. Possibly the only golden nugget in the whole show. He uses this Chronoworks guy uses a tricorder, and he made a hollow emitter out of the technology from the 29th century, but he hasn't improved his cordless phone. This is something that people are watching and they're saying to themselves, no, they're giving the writers gave the guy too much ability to harness this technology when he could be benefiting it by moving the phone forward. Let's have him with a video console or something like that, where he has significantly altered the timeline. And then here in my notes, I hate making fun of a survivalist. We now live in a 24-hour lifestyle, and that is not intelligent. The driver and the chauffeur, who is just a driver and a chauffeur, the guy is a meathead. He can operate all of the technology, all of the technology.
Yeah.
He knows how to penetrate Voyager's shields. And not only can he penetrate Voyager's shields, he can penetrate Voyager's shields simultaneously. He is penetrating the force field. So he's bringing down the force field. He's doing all of this remotely. And then he gets in and drives an 18-wheeler. That alone earns this episode a D-. Just that alone, it should be an F, but it's a D-. I hate that stupid annoying Sarah Silverman's van stalls for absolutely no reason. This isn't an episode of Starsky and Hutch. It's not like, she overwhelmed the van. She just stopped it quickly. Get out of here. Another thing I liked is Harry finally gets some decent lines. But overall, I wrote in the corner, this is way too dumb for me. And those are my notes for this week, boss.
Princess Fiona, hey there, welcome.
Kathy.
Good to see you. Now, look, I hear you. I'm giving it just a big flat F. It's just just so dumb and stupid. I just can't really. Especially, you know what? I probably would have been a little easier. I probably would have been a little bit easier on it without the stupid militia crap in it. Because that is, I'd seen the thing a long time ago. I absolutely forgot. This was like it was brand new to me when I went and watched it again the other day.
Mhm.
And when it got to that part, I'm like, oh, I totally remember this. It's so, oh my God, it's even dumber now. Maybe it's why. I don't know. For some reason, I didn't remember.
Especially to refer to them as isolationists, because
isolationists, and they made all these cornball speeches.
Yeah, it's dumb.
They
And
were
Clubby,
so-
I want to live in the middle of nowhere, around no one, because I struggle with being quite misanthropic. I'm an introvert, and so I like really meaningful, intimate conversations about intelligent things. But overall, I strongly dislike being in social situations, especially with small talk. It makes me feel incredibly awkward. So does that mean that all people who aren't gregarious or aren't extroverts or isolationists, and therefore we have automatic weapons? What why use the word?
Yeah.
Just really, this is just bad form.
They were just they wanted to take a shot at Ruby Ridge. So because again, it's the way they are. This just like that idiot episode past tense of DS9 that I hate so much. Yeah. It's just like you use the best term for it, on the nose. So yes, so you give it
it's a D-.
D-. I give it an F. All right, my friends, now it is time. Please give us any reviews you may have of Future's Rear End, and of course any any ratings and any reviews. While number one is collecting those, I'll bring us some extraordinary Max Redstone entertainment. So here we go, folks.
Just wait 1 second. I'm sorry to interrupt, Clobby, but I just want to say, since there are a couple of new people joining us, folks, if you're wondering what Clobby is talking about, we do a grading system here and we add comments. So if you would like to join in and you're seeing all of these university grades coming up, A, C, D, and all of these comments, it's because we want to hear from you. So on behalf of Clobby and I, we just want to welcome you to join in the conversation. We'd love to hear from you, but no pressure. Okay, and now I'm going to be quiet. Sorry for interrupting you.
No problem at all. It's good. All right, here we go. Oops. Okay. All right, folks. As for those, and again, for those new, we have a great friend of ours, our music meister, Max Redstone, who every now and then, or when he's here, and which is quite often, he makes a little fun limerick about each episode. And here we go with this one: Future's Rear End Part 2. By Max Redstone, folks. He's stealing and killing. Wait, let me start off. He's stealing and killing. It's hard to be chilling. Although I won't grieve, I cannot believe that Ed Begley was the very best choice for the villain. Yeah, Ed Begley is a baddie. He was a weirdo as a person, but even though he's a weirdo as a person, he was always like a nice guy. I mean, a weirdo, but the nice guy type. Anyway.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't buy him as a baddie either. Yeah, and I also don't buy him as a nerd. I just don't.
Yeah, basically nobody buys him.
I buy him as a dork, but I don't buy him as a geek, and I don't buy him as a nerd. The guy is full on dork. That is, he has the dork seal of approval on him.
He is that. Zathras. Oh, hey, Zathras. What's up, buddy? He gives it an A+. Zathras looks like Dunbar. It was my side hustle until I wanted for JMS to bring me back to real sci-fi. Babylon 5 Blu-ray on Amazon, available next month. Great Christmas gift. But I know you don't really mean that A+. I don't believe you. I think you're lying to us, Zathras. You shouldn't be lying. Okay. Lisa says C. Dr. Unchained. Dr. Unchained, mobile emitter. Thoughts on time travel. I can't change past, future, but can create an alternate reality in order to reconcile this episode. Okie dokie. I do like the mobile emitter that they finally. I mean, I guess that's a good thing.
Me too, forward. But write it better.
Write it better. Indeed.
Write it better. Write it that he discovered it. That he discovered it while using, the hollow technology on the Aeon. Don't make it that he took technology out of the Aeon and created it. Get out of here!
Get out of here. Dave G. Sound says, C for both. C for Catwoman? See for both. Fun and entertaining, and absolutely would not stand up to the scrutiny of a bag of eels. Pretty terrible time trope again, but I liked the Cap from the 29th losing it due to our society. And how about the fact they left the old version of him just to rot in jail?
Good evening, Putin's cat. Putin's cat, what is this about? This is about Saturday Night Star Trek, and we are discussing 4 episodes of Voyager.
Putin's
we
cat,
are
hello there.
rating it. We are saying whether it is good, whether it is bad, or whether it is ew, ugly.
Yeah, Putin's cat that says what software you use for the stream. We use StreamYards, or I use StreamYards. Some don't like it much, but it's easy for me since I'm not good at this sort of thing, Putin's cat. But thank you, and for being here. Appreciate it. Scuba Pate says D-. You beam your starling in. Let's see. He doesn't say. I'm not. You beam your starling in, and she beams them out. Chipotle crashes, and the preppers rip them out. This episode is hokey pokey. What the F is this all about? Wow, you and your songs, boy. Thanks.
Scuba Pete, you are the professor of pun and fun. I
Thanks,
love
Pete.
you. Thank you. Great song.
You rascal. Thank you. Appreciate it. Enigmatic Drop Bear. All righty. D says D-. So Braxton was sent to the 24th century, taking himself and Voyager back to the 20th century, bequeathing Singer his ship. So Voyager could stop Singer from wrecking the 20th century. Paradox much? Yeah. Well said. We'll see. Not by me, by you, of course. I said it poorly. But anyway. And this under the auspices of saving the 29th century from Voyager. This Temporal Integrity Commission are a special bunch, aren't they? More like totally incompetent clowns in deedishness. I wonder how many Captain Braxtons are floating around out there. Why didn't the TIC demand the return of the EMH's holo emitter? Surely not because the show needs the EMH to be unshackled. Yeah, surely not. Yeah. Setting aside the ridiculous time travel aspects of the story, how about the idea that a 20th century hippie can get his head around technology from 900 years hence? That was thank you. That's one that I forgot to mention that. Like I was talking about it, I think maybe when I mentioned it last week or whatever, but that's idiocy. Okay. This would be like handing an F-18 fighter jet to a peasant living under the rule of William the Conqueror. The peasant would likely use it to trellis their garden and roost their chooks. I don't know what chooks are, but yeah.
Anti-derivatives, Jill says, I forgot to mention or complain about the Vulcan eating a chili burrito. Yeah, Jill.
I wondered about that.
I've talked about this at length. People try and use this as a way to try and make it seem as though Vulcans eat meat, and they don't. They just don't. And Tuvok eats eggs, and it's stupid. It's stupid. Who wrote this again? Just wait 1 second, Jill.
The only thing you can say, maybe Tuvok didn't know what a burrito was until he said, "Oh, there's meat in there." I don't know. I mean, maybe it was.
Yeah, it's Brandon Braga and Joe Minosky. So
there you go.
It's nincompoop on nincompoop. But yeah, I'm getting sick of not even realizing what different species eat and what they're, anyway, I hate it too, Jill. I hate it.
Total idiocy. JT Kirk says F this episode. Why is Sarah Silverman here? Back then, she wasn't infamous. She was just on some shows, but yeah, I don't know. Why indeed? She's not a talented actress. She clearly was brought in for her looks, and they dress her up like they shopped the Sears last season fashion. Where you at? Landing in Arizona, the chances of running into militiamen. Yeah. What are the chances in Arizona? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know Arizona that well. The chances of that are so remote and doesn't move the plot. I wondered what this even was. It was like, I wondered what this even was as a kid, and as an adult, it's insulting. It's so stupid. I mean, it was just there to preach, or just it was actually just there to make anybody they don't like, anybody in flyover country to Hollywood, to either of our coast, the left coast or the east coast, are all a bunch of hicks and idiots and fools, and that's just what they love to portray them that way. Hollywood's been doing that for the longest time, not just recently, and not even just in the 90s. And vile politics. Strange nude warbles copy this in their plot. What filth! The rest of the episode is part 2 of Not a Science Fiction Story. Yep. Glad Voyager never messes with time ever again. They actually do, I think.
I just want to welcome Jamalama. Jamalama is now a member. Thank you so much. Membership has its privileges. Not only will you be able to attend one-on-one streams with Clobby to talk about comics or anything you'd like to ask him. He is a comic book expert. But I've also made a whole bunch of silly emojis that you can now access. So have fun with those. Only the members can use them. And they're cool. And there are a lot of inside jokes that you are going to enjoy. So thank you so much, Jamalama.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you, Jamalana, for joining, buddy. Welcome to the clubs. It's not a club, it's a club. Fiona says, I find when reviewing these episodes, it really helps to find the movie or television show during the time that they're copying and shoehorning the plot into the 24th century. It's enlightening. I got to find your second one, Fee. Hang on, Fee. I got to find that second one of yours. Okay, way down here. Also, current events from the 90s. It's so frustrating that characters make such poor decisions that go contrary to who they are supposed to be. We're really slipping into tell, don't show. Yeah, indeedishness. Let's see. They tell us Janeway is a great Starfleet captain, but Show is one of the worst I could Captain, but Show is one of the worst I could imagine. I think you mean she. Okay, she's one of the worst I could imagine. Agreed. How is this mobile emitter powered? Yeah. Who needs the holodeck? Save power. Use your emitter.
That's right. Yeah, all you'd have to do is just replicate the holo emitter, and everyone could have one.
Yep. Thank you, Fiona. Appreciate you as always, and I'm right there with you. Our wonderful anti-derivative Jill has a monster epic for us.
No, she's got some feelings. Jill doesn't usually give things such a low rating, so she wants to explain, folks. Let's hear her out.
C- from our wonderful communications officer, Jill. She says, last week, I was kinder to this episode because it was fun and goofy. It chose the malleable time travel and seemed to stick to changing the past. See, they changed the time travel method just so the time cop could come back from the timeline that Voyager created when they stopped the explosion. All right. Somehow the creation of a new timeline gives the cop the ability to remember everything that happened and everything that didn't happen. It's so incredibly stupid. Boy, is it ever. Well said, Jill. Also, somehow, his little PC is able to not only download info, he's able to use it without any method of integration to disrupt the ship's system. Just plug and play. Crazy magic. Well, way to go, Jill. You are on fire. Well, I found Sarah Silverman cute and charming as Miss Robinson. I guess Robinson's that's kind of a tip of the hat to the Lost in Space. Cute. In the first one, she became more annoying somehow in this one, just like she is in real life. Any chemistry with Tom that they had the first time evaporated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was ready to dump her, wasn't he? Other disappointments. How does the time cop get away with the LA cops? Don't know. Don't know. Yep. He doesn't. I mean, I don't know. He's stayed there forever. Nor do we learn anything at all about the 29th century to help us connect with the tech that comes from it.
Mm-hmm.
As usual, the most redeeming aspect was the doctor. Yes, agreed. He was good. the acquisition of the mobile emitter, and his having to feel pain. Interesting stuff, yes. However, even that is suspect because we're just supposed to believe that a 20th century man can read and utilize programming from the 29th century, but I guess that's the entire premise.
That was my main issue with it as well.
Drivelly poopy. The great Max Redstone says, choke, C-. Choke. I said it before and I'll say it again. I really like Sarah Silverman. Long live the Tempura Prime Directive.
Yes,
I said Tempura. Thank you, Maxie. Eric K. Is there anything after this one? Because it says 2. D+, he says. Cannot believe people who went through officer training have zero backup plan if he does not go to the van. Fire Tuvak. He did not disable a way for him to signal to be beamed off. Indeed. There's no other Eric K. one?
Just double checking now.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to check.
There's nothing here, boss.
Eric, I don't have your second one. It says one. It said 1 of 2.
It's not here.
If you can find that one, let me know, dude. Did it disappear? It wouldn't disappear. He said mod.
I know, but this happened to him last week.
It did?
It's weird.
Oh.
Yeah. I got, after Eric, I've got Scuba, Fiona, Enigmatic Drop Bear, Dave, JT, Shooter, Dave, Jill, Dave, Shooter,
okay.
the cat.
Well, if you find it.
I don't have anything after from Eric. It's weird. I hate it.
That's crazy. Maybe he hadn't written it yet. And maybe he's not written it yet.
I don't know.
I will find out.
Hopefully, but it's good to say something on air in case he got zapped, because last week he got zapped.
Again, thanks for joining Jamalama. It's good to have you. And Snail Messiah, as a member of 14 months, thank you, Snail. Radio play is moving forward. We'll keep you informed. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. You know where to find me. Anonymous says F just because Sarah Silverman was there. That's a fair cop.
Either.
And not many people do. All right. So Shooter says D-. Okay, just imagine if Sarah Silverman had joined the crew by knocking old Harry Kim out of the game. I don't know if we would have been better or worse off with that. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, Eric just said he wrote it and it did not show up again.
Weird.
What the hell?
Weird indeed. Damn, I'm sorry, Eric. If you want to put it back in there, maybe. That's crazy. But anyway, you looked for it, so it's definitely not in there, right? Eric, do you see it?
No, Eric can't see it either, honey. He just confirmed.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that weird?
Whoa. While projectile weaponry won't hurt the doctor, except his mobile emitter, but it wouldn't pass through him unless he was intangible. But he was holding a phaser.
It's true.
I will keep this brief. Doctor's mobile emitter, good. The ending temporarily stupid. Everything else is meh. Now to get in my time ship and jump to Enterprise or back to TOS. I don't blame you, Shooter. Like this week, buddy. Wagner says, I just watched this a day ago, and the only thing I can remember about it is that the doctor gets his mobile emitter. So this gets credit for more doctor episodes in the future, I guess.
Right?
It's a fair cop, but the side is to blame. Jamalama said, I took a very elaborate Myers-Briggs test with bar graphs showing how far to one side you are with each letter, and the I was like 99%. That's
very cool. Jamalama, I am an INTJ, and so is antiderivative Jill. And I think there are actually a couple of INTJs here too. I think Enigmatic Drop Bear is also an INTJ. Science people.
I'm a rotten E something or other.
No, it's nice that you're an E.
That sucks. I hate it. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying it to say it. The Fanny outside, it says D. It gave us the Doctor's mobile emitter. It did not add Silverman to the cast. Imagine her Chicken Man and Kess.
Oh,
What a show that would have
I would have
been.
stopped watching. And guess who just walked through the door, everyone?
Who's that?
Admiral Teague. Everyone, say good evening to Admiral Teague.
Admiral, what's up, dude? Good to see you. I hope you are doing well, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okie dokie.
Oh, Eric DM'd me part 2. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll get it. Hold on. I will get it
weird.
right now. Yeah, this happened last week too. It was weird. This is Eric, 2 of 2. You ready, folks? Paris shooting at the truck. Set the phaser to disintegrate the back of the truck. No getting away. 2 years, and they have gone nowhere. It's true.
Okay, our good buddy who usually does the last review, our chief engineer Mark D with the C was not able to be here tonight, so
Damn it, Mark!
He has empowered me to give his review of this episode. He gives it an A+++++++++.
He did.
He loves it. He thinks it's the greatest thing ever, especially the Sarah Silverman part, and he wants to marry her. He loves her that much.
He does.
And yes, and he's just this is his favorite episode. In fact, when he watched it again the other day, and he's confided in me, I'm going to tell on him a little bit. He loved it so much that he went and he took all of his DVDs of the original Star Trek series and and he burned them in the backyard because they're not as good as this episode. And he kept this episode and he put it like in a frame.
Yep. He just kept on yelling.
But he's
so erudite until I hung up on him. I couldn't take it anymore. He was so happy.
Yeah, but the other thing he confided in me, and he filmed this. He was going to show it on his show tomorrow night, probably. He burned all of his Star Trek stuff to his posters, everything, because of how good this episode was. He couldn't even. He said there will never be anything better in Star Trek than this.
It's true.
Episode. So
when he tossed his Migos in at the final flicker of the flame, I cried out in joy for him.
Yeah, I think he was a little extreme myself to do that, but this is his stuff. What are you going to do? So, yeah. So Scuba said, Mark said he went and bought a Silverman doll just because of this episode. Says Scuba Pete. I knew it.
Pete has, Scuba Pete, he knows. It's true. It's true.
And yes, Mark D had to change his spreadsheet sheets now because he got rid of all the spreadsheets. He's got one now, and that's for this episode.
It's true. And it just says erudite in every single column.
Hey, he'll hear this and he'll get back to him. All right. I told on him. You can all tell him I told on him. So we're ready for our next episode?
We are.
Our next thrilling episode is called Warlord.
Warlord is Season 3, Episode 10, and if you're following along in the companion or the celebration, it's production code 152. This episode first aired on November 20th, 1996. Let's stay copyright compliant, shall we? I'm going to be reading from Wikipedia, the crap online user-generated encyclopedia. It sucks, but it means we're all on the same page. Let's do it! The USS Voyager beams aboard 3 people just before their damaged ship explodes. It's the Ilari female named Nori, her injured spouse Tyrion, and an Ilari male named Aiden. Although the Doctor and Kes try to save him, Tyrion dies. Not long after, Neelix is shocked when Kes announces she'd like to spend some time apart from him. That's so awesome. When Voyager arrives at Ilari, the local leader known as the Artra? I'm not even going to try. I'm just done. I'm done with the made-up languages. I can't. Sends representatives to the ship instead of coming himself. Inexplicably, Kes pulls out a phaser, kills the representative and the crew member, and escapes in a stolen shuttlecraft with Aiden and Nori. The commander, Resh, is beamed aboard the shuttle. Kes takes the shuttle to a military encampment, meets with the commander, Resh, and takes command of the waiting troops. It's revealed that there is something in control of Kess's body. When Resh asks the entity in Kess why it took her for a host, since he considers a woman's body unfit for the job, it responds by making Resh's nose bleed. Whoever wrote this, you... Oh! Just the grammar, just the composition is so bad. And who names everything Resh, Kesh, Tesh, Resh? Like, stop it. It then explains that Kes has telekinesis, which makes up for the physical weaknesses of a woman's body, as well as makes it useful for its plans. You mean his plans? It's not an it, it's a he. It's the dude that used to be in charge. What's wrong with you? Is your brain broken? In the meantime, Janeway meets with Demis, the king's oldest son, who explains that Kess's body is now inhabited by Tyrion, a former Alarian ruler who was overthrown by Demis's ancestors 200 years ago. Since then, Tyrion has lived on by transferring his mind into a series of host bodies. Janeway agrees to help Demis stop Kess Tyrion. But before she can, the tyrant has killed the king in front of Demis's younger brother, Amaran, and appointed himself the new king. Kess and Tyrion tries to poison Amaran's thoughts against Demis and urges him to cooperate with the new regime. In the meantime, the doctor designs a synaptic simulator that will remove Tyrion's neural pattern from Kess if they can get close enough to use it. Tuvok beams into the king's palace, but is caught and imprisoned before he can succeed in the attempt. When the Kess Tyrion entity interrogates Tuvok, the Vulcan is able to initiate a mind meld and speak directly to Kess. You mean with Kess? Who tells Tuvok she is fighting Tyrion for control. Tyrion Kess orders Voyager to leave orbit, but the stress of the mental battle between Kess and Tyrion results in a paranoid Kess Tyrion killing Aiden. To Nori's chagrin, really? Get a dictionary. Kess and Tyrion announce that she is marrying Amaran. Does anybody else want to even finish this summary? Moments later, a coalition of Voyager's crew and Demis's forces burst into the palace. Resh tries to save Kess. What about John Tesh? But is shot in the back with a phaser by Neelix. Paris releases Tuvok while Neelix places the synaptic stimulator on Kess Tyrion, forcing him from the body of the Ocampan woman. Tyrion jumps into a new host body, Amaran, but Kess places the device on him, and Tyrion is finally destroyed. Demis, the rightful heir, becomes king. In a mind meld exercise with Tuvok, Kess sadly admits that she will not have the same relationship with her Voyager friends, especially Neelix. This foreshadows their breakup when... Oh, no, that's a spoiler. Why did that person put that in there? I'm not going to finish reading that. Okay, this is stupid. That was a horribly written summary. Whoever you are, I would like to put you in the agony booth, spray you down with gasoline, close the agony booth, and set it and forget it like Ron Popeil. Just let you fully barbecue in there.
Jeez.
Boss, what did you think of Warlord?
First of all, hello, Wolfie, buddy. Good to see you. And Sean Carter, you said, okay, got to drive. Does it mean you're heading out or something? If so, good to see you, man.
No, it means that he can't participate in the chat anymore, but he's listening to us while he drives.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Drive safely, buddy.
Yes, drive carefully.
All right. Yep.
GT Kirk said that if we're going to have a Hesh, a Tesh, a Resh, and a Kesh, we should also have Esh.
I wish Ash was here, yeah. I wish Ash was. I miss Ash.
Me too.
So, yeah, that's all I got. I got nothing. Mark, I can't do it, Mark. There's something he wanted me to play, but I can't do it. It's too disgusting. Maybe I'll let the audience decide. How about that? Because I don't really want to say much about the episode. It was just I've seen way worse. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's just typical. I mean, how many times are we going to have this kind of crap going on where it just doesn't? This kind of story, I know they do them in Trek, where they go get involved with somebody. They have some kind of evil mustache twirling villain who takes over one of the good guys or one of the one of the crew. It's just so old. Every concept in the episode is old. Look, Jennifer Lean, to her credit, she does a good job playing the baddie in the thing. I guess I'm not really mean that. She does a good job. Never really. I don't like Cass either, but I mean, as far as the character, I don't think she's very good. But I mean, it's not the actress's fault either. She was just so terribly written. And in this, I'm watching it like just needing the time to pass. I just don't care. I don't even have. This is not even one I'm really. I can't even get any. If you could work up some anger toward it, go for it. I don't have. I would just like, that's happening. This is happening. Nothing's compelling about it. Nothing's particularly interesting about the story to me. I just don't really. I mean, I'm not saying it's good. I'm not defending it either. Just like, okay, at least it ended eventually. I mean, I would rather than just watch the luau for the damn luau they were at for 2 hours.
No, because that
except for that one part.
The putrid sickness of his sexual gratification at having his feet touched.
Oh, you want me to show it?
What did Mark make? Did you make something grody?
Everybody, Mark made something disgusting and wants me to show it. Now, you're going to have to blame him if you want me to show it. And it's to do with this episode. I'll give you all.
Mark.
If more than 4 of you want me to play it, I'll play it.
Okay, folks, let's have.
Yes or no? We got one no.
We got one no.
I'm going to take. I'm going to take 10 votes.
Wolfie is
no. OMFD no. Do it. Said we got one shooter.
Got one. Do it.
Malachi Wildman.
3.
How you?
Malachi, one? It's nice to see you, sweetheart. We have 3 yeses. Quag. Poor Quag.
How many we got? At least I'm warning you so you can turn your eyes.
All we need are 2 more.
Quags really
yeses to show it.
Yes, we need 2 more yeses. Or
do you want to see it or not, folks?
Then we know that Sean Carter's daughter has a YouTube channel. No, I did not know that, Snail Messiah. Well, that lady is going places. 20 to 40 subs in 24 hours. Okay, wow. Well, hey, if I could get a link, Sean Carter is a good friend of the show. If you want to get us a link for that, we'd be glad to put that in there. Jill says it's not necessary. But that's not a no or a yes. I'm sorry.
Wolfie says he's going to self-delete with the phaser rifle. Oh no, Anonymous just made it 4. All we need is 1 more yes.
She says no.
Poor Jill.
If I get 1 more yes.
1 more yes, we show it.
All right. And I think there's 2 of them, actually. Look, because I don't like to disappoint him. I would not, when he made it, I said, I'm not playing that. Kirok votes no. We got a lot of no's.
Quag says I can always change my upvote.
He's the chief engineer, and we like to make him happy. Why he would want to play that goddamn thing, I don't know. Anybody else? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, there's a yes. All right. Hey, Comic Relief Crusader.
Comic Relief Crusader. Mistral voted yes. That's 5. You have to show it, boss.
Okay. And Doc says yes. All right. But if you don't want to see this, close your ears and just don't look at the screen. It's only a couple seconds. Uh-oh. Empress hates us. Just one of them is too long. I can't play a 14-second one. Right? You're not supposed to play something that long,
it's too long.
Can't do that. All right, there's like 4 seconds, everybody. All right.
Ew. Oh. Ew.
Oh. At least you got to look at the cute girls. That better. All right, that's it. Direct your anger towards Mark D with a C.
just hideous that it sticks out its tongue and touches its chin when it is sexually aroused. I wrote in my notes here, I feel the bile rising. This is putrid sickness.
Don't abuse the holodeck. That's right. I hear you. I look, Mark D with a season. All right, well, next we're going to take a poll on whether he should be fired for putting that up there.
Do you want to fire Mark, or would you like to put him in the agony booth indefinitely, or would you like him to go through the Klingon rite of ascension on 11, just maximum?
Now, Comic Crusader, I warned you. I gave everybody a warning. Damn it, Mark. Says
Damn it, Mark.
Okay, notes on this scintillating episode. Oh wait.
Okay, this is a putrid sickness. This is disgusting bile. I hate Neelix, and I hate his disgusting new feet, because we have seen him in another episode and he had normal feet, and I hate his lunatic asylum dancing. It just, somebody needs to go over and just end that. I don't advocate for violence, but somebody just needs to end that. I strongly dislike the acorn bark heads. Like, they look like acorns with bark on their heads. You know, it's just weird. Neelix controlling the sweeting is just so much barf. Neelix and Kes have the conversation the whole fandom was thinking in 1996. An alien without transporter technology can use transporter technology and outprogram the transporter over Harry Kim. I hate this SHIT. I wrote in my notes. It is pretty upsetting for me. Like, when it's completely alien technology, they go out of their way to say that they've never even heard of transporter technology before, and yet they're all the aliens can use the transporter technology and even lock Harry Kim out. It's complete and utter shite. The other thing I don't like is the neck crown, because it's teeny tiny. It looks like it's supposed to be for a doll's neck, and obviously it would never fit on a man. It looks like a bracelet. It's so small. I don't understand why the guy who had the brain bleeding is miraculously healed. She actually commits like a violent assault on him. He begins bleeding from, I believe, his ears and his nose. So this is really bad. And then in the next scene, he's perfectly fine.
Good night, Dave G. By the way, he has to go. He's not feeling it.
Good night, sweetheart.
Dave G. Thank you, buddy.
I'm thinking of you, honey. I'm sending you a hug.
Mark D, I hope you're happy with yourself. Everyone's mad at me now. Go ahead.
Yeah, right. This is terrible acting by Jennifer Lean or Lean. The delivery of the lines run into one another as though she memorized all of her lines without understanding them. There are no natural pauses here. And because I'm somebody who watches this over and over and over again, because I watch all of the iterations of Star Trek, TOS, TAS, TNG, DS9, Voyager, and all of the films every year starting on January 1st, it does bother me, because it stands out more and more the more you rewatch it. She 100% memorized all of her lines, did not understand them, so there are no natural pauses at all. So it doesn't even seem like human speech. It's very strange. Another thing that I think is complete and utter shite is that Kes throws a Vulcan man across a room into a cave wall. And she's about 4'11".
Wasn't that was her power though? Did she have some kind of teleconnect through that thing, the guy one, or no?
I don't know. I just think it's dumb.
Because I wondered that as well. I'm asking.
She weighs like 100 pounds.
Well, I know she couldn't do it. I was wondering some kind of power. They said something about some kind of power she had, but okay,
yeah.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, it's just weird. I don't like it, especially because we know, that Vulcans have superior strength to humans.
Well,
5 to 10 times the amount of strength human beings have. So why are we even doing this? So it's just, I hate Super Kes. Super Kes.
You mean you hate?
Super Kes. It's just so true. It's like there's nothing she can't do, and I just find this episode totally annoying and very, very, very stupid. And I would just like to say to Andrew Shepard Price and Mark Gaberman, This is a true stinkeroonie. I don't know if you wrote it that way, but I do know that Lisa Klink, who did the teleplay of your story, yeah, like this was like a large poo.
There you go. Well, look, I actually thought she did an okay job as the villain, but I don't really, but I hear you. I'll go ahead and it's not even worth arguing about because I don't feel that strong about her. I thought she did an okay job, but you said she sucked at it, so I'll take your word for it. I think she's kind of cute myself, but maybe that's why. But so basically you're let's not even spend a lot of time on it. Let's let the audience get us rid of this one as soon as possible because it doesn't deserve much.
I gave it an F.
An F. I also give it an F. So my friends, now the word is given. Please give us any rating and any words you have for Warlord. And while you're doing that, number one, we'll collect up your reviews while I bring us some more Max Redstone entertainment. All right, everybody. Warlord by the great Max Redstone, I should say. Maximum Redstone, in fact. He says, Cass is whack in an unusual way. Like a feral cat, she's gone quite astray. A viewer may feel ill-equipped for a seemingly plagiarized script. Do you need meaner people to rip off TNG's power play? Whoa. Good job, Maxer. Nice. Nicely done, sir. All righty. Max is on fire tonight, babies. Wagner says F this episode. Great F. Wait a minute. F minus. I added a few too many minuses. I'm sorry. Wag. The episode starts off with Neelix getting a foot massage. Don't even say it. It's bad enough to mark it up. Man, oh, good God.
And that he's sexually aroused, so he sticks out his tongue and touches his chin with his fingers. Why?
That right there is why it gets an F. Even if the rest of the episode had been good, I'd give it an F for that being in it. You know what I'm saying? I think I would.
Do that? Why?
Let's say they put that in a good episode that we thought was pretty good, I would still give it an F. It's disgusting. Anyway, the stars and on his face, nope, I'm done. After that, even if this had the best story of all time, I would never watch it. I don't blame you, Gwag.
I love you, Gwag.
It is putrid, futile drivel.
It's horrid.
Empress, now I hate it even more than I did Jump. I just sort of was indifferent and thought it sucked, but I didn't really care much. Now that this has all happened, because if this episode had never been made, I wouldn't have played that video that makes somebody mad at me now. But be mad at Mark D. He's the one that cut it.
Grody. So grody.
Empress says, F this episode. It really says F this episode. Stinks like Chicken Man's feet. I'm getting my shivers even thinking about it.
It's gross. It's so... It gives everybody, if you're a normal human being, it gives you the heebie-jeebies.
I can live the better life, not seeing Neelix's ooh face. Also, Super Kess explores sex attraction, bending dynamics via being possessed. Gross. Everything about it's gross. Now I hate it even more.
Oh, Shooter, I'm not going to put that up, but I agree with you because it's just too sick. That might freak everyone out. Do you want me to say what he said?
I mean, if you think
it's true. Neelix, Shooter says Neelix rubbing his face like that is like a creep rubbing his nipples. And that is exactly what it's like. It's so nasty. It makes my skin crawl.
Fiona says, given the large amount of mind grape episodes we have been forced to endure, it is insane that Starfleet has never invested in a psychic defense in any psychic defenses. Good point. It's not like it's magic. It's a well understood phenomenon. They have biological power. They should be able to have biological psychic defenses. Overlooking the fact that different species shouldn't necessarily be mentally compatible. Where you at? There we go. Okay. anymore than the computers are. I'm just tired of this trope. It just leads to a meaningless story and the inevitable MacGuffin that will erase the personality or entity. Hang on there, Fiona. Looking for the next one. And they never address the extreme PTSD that would happen when somebody is mind raped. This show is dead. They knew they had to do something radical to save the show, and Jerry Ryan and her magnificent, I'm going to say it, but you wrote it, was that they chose, it was what they chose. It's just serendipity that she turned out to be fantastic in the role and actually inspired the writing to get significantly better. All hail 7 of 9 FFF, 3 Fs. Thank you so much, Fiona. Right there on the same page with you. Another lady, Lisa, says D. Terrible start with Neelix. I'm going to say the word feet and undesirable Talaxian chick. Well, the Talaxian chick was okay, but underneath anyway, all that crappy makeup. A foreshadowing of evil possessed Kes and gross relationships due to the sex change. Kes as a bad guy was refreshing and well acted. Yeah, I thought she actually did a decent job, and then Raquel did not. And I'm not going to argue with her because the episode sucks too much. It sucks too much to defend. Like I said, and like Wagner said, if it had all kind of good stuff after that opening, I'd still hate it. ED Enigmatic Drop Air says D-. This one may deserve Star Trek's Most Awful Script Award. It was incredibly heavy on exposition.
Preach!
To the point of underestimating the audience's intelligence. And is this radio or TV? Good pernt, sir. Good pernt. They somehow made a coup d'etat and planetary war into the Keystone Cops apprehending a bunch of bandits that had stormed a board meeting. It's more Dog Day afternoon than Cromwell. Wow. Good one. Wow, that was amazing. Usually the opening scene sets up the rest of the episode. In this case, it had no relevance. Why was it included? Oh, yeah, the stupid Luhal crap, man. Did we really need to see the banter getting off on a foot massage? Ugh.
Yeah, and then getting up and then doing that lunatic asylum dance.
Oh, man.
He needs an I Love Me jacket so we could
disgusting.
just, space him.
Horrible.
Vic's here.
Fontaine?
Yeah.
Vic Fontaine. Victor, what's up, buddy? I hope you are well. Let's see here. Perhaps more disturbing was using Kes's possession by an evil despot to articulate her true feelings towards Neelix, his possessiveness, and the power imbalance in their relationship. Good point. As always. And why were Tyrion's sexual tendencies in Kes's body juxtaposed with his violence and ruthlessness? It's quite disturbing, possibly speaking to the writer's proclivities. Thank you, ED. Brilliant stuff as always, buddy. Eric K., the Bronze Surfer, says, D. This is quite a sheep-hoopy. Chicken feet. Oh, no. They could not shut the down. They could not shut the shuttle. I'm shut down the shuttle. I mean, don't know. Don't they have codes? Fire Tuvok.
Yes.
Tuvok. He's called Tuvok. Oh, Harry should have been quicker. How did they become experts? I don't know.
They shouldn't be experts because they don't even have transporter technology. Everyone, guess who just walks through the door? Keely Chow and RRTNZ. So everyone say hello.
RRTNZ and Keely Chow. You rolled over my Tigers tonight, so I'm not gonna say roll Tide because you already did.
Bad Keely.
Bad Tide. No, it was they did a great job. And RR, so nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Well, maybe your Cowboys will lose tomorrow and I'll feel better. Just kidding, buddy. I'm sure they'll win. Or do they play? Anyway. In programming the shuttle, Kess made a good villain. Palace guards all stood until shot. They had Voyager training, no doubt.
Yeah, it's weird.
Cannot believe this prince is trusting the dumbest captain in Starfleet.
Yep.
Kess has superhuman strength now. Throws Tuvok, a ragdoll, frail body, my butt.
Yep.
Now, I thought it was some kind of telekinesis crap, but I don't know if they made a slight mention of it, but I'm not really paying that much attention either, so I don't care. Who cares? J.T. Kirk gave some, Avon. I wish I could see him, but there's only the word. Jennifer Lien finally gets a chance to shine. I dry heaved when I saw Chicken Man's feet. Why is Voyager involved in a local squabble? Leave Kess plus no more Neelix free. Yeah.
Ew.
Ugh. Scoop of Pete says F. Vo Ilare. Oh no. Rash's nose gets bloody. Oh. Tyrion has given Kess wings. Her hatred of Neelix makes my heart sing.
Oh, it's so good.
Dude. Nice. Shooter to C-. Notice during the intro when the senior officers were called to the bridge, Neelix didn't go. Is he learning his place or was he distracted by the ladies? Isn't he still infatuated with Kess? Well, yeah, but guys are going to look. I mean, we got to do that.
But
hate to
he's
defend
so
him on that.
possessive and do you know what I mean? Like he's just so psychotically possessive, and there he is getting his rocks off while he gets his weird chicken man feet.
He's just an immigrant. He wouldn't like her looking at anybody, but he can do what he wants.
Yeah,
Kess is possessed. The doctor is sent in to perform an exorcism. The power of Q compels you. Good one. Exorcist. Actually find it interesting that the male conscious in a female body becomes attracted to males. Well, yeah, they went there. This makes biological sense and would have been nice to see other changes to psyche based on new biology, but I guess that kind of sci-fi is beyond TV writers. Mm-hmm. Certainly these TV soap opera writers, yeah. The people who wrote this probably worked on Days of Our Lives. On the whole, it isn't that interesting of a story, but Jennifer Lien's performance as Tyrion being the focus isn't bad. Had some good ideas, but again, the execution could have been better. Absolutely, it's just. Thank you, Shooter. Admiral Teague says, Ethan Phillips is a really good Star Trek actor.
Oh.
It's sad that his character look is terrible. Yeah. We waste a lot of time trying to fix Kess. High point of episode is theme song, D+. Thank you, sir. All right.
Ethan Phillips is a great actor, he said.
He's not alone. A lot of people think I've never seen him in anything else. No, I have. I've seen him on wasn't he on? He was on TNG once, and he was on Enterprise. Don't overreact. Wow. He couldn't. I mean, I don't like. I mean, I don't. It's not even Ethan Phillips. I hate the character of what's his face, Neelix. I have nothing against Ethan Phillips either, but I don't really have anything for him because I've never seen him in anything.
I got you. Guess who just walks through the door?
Who?
Zacharat.
Zacharat, hey there. What's up? Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. Okie dokie. Anti-derivative Jill says C. Unfortunately, this episode starts off on the wrong foot. No.
Oh, Jill. Oh, you know who's laughing right now? Scuba Pete.
Scuba Pete would like that one.
That's gold, Jill.
And his
that's
noises,
gold.
He looked at his noises while getting his rubbed is something no one needed to want it except Mark D. Apparently, he loved it. Then, do we have to zero in on? Oh, God, yeah, exactly. Was the director into that sort of thing? I'm going to say I'm banning the word FEET just for this review.
Ew.
Or just proud of the makeup work on them. I don't know. It's disgusting. Oh, then we have Kess, who finally calls Neelix out on his BS, but turns out that it's only because she is possessed. Well, she did say, or that the guy, she was in there and he's saying that, she was he was probably reading that from her. She probably is tired of this crap.
It's true.
That reminds me of when Keiko was finally a kind and considerate wife because she was possessed by the power wraith.
Yeah, we're like, what's wrong, Keiko? What's wrong? Oh, Miles.
However, I did enjoy this one as a silly, dramatic story with a character straight from the Roman Empire, but the emperor had just a little too much lead in his silverware. Wow. Nicely said.
Joke. I love you, Jill.
Nice, Jill. I was happy to have new villains and to be done with Kazon forever. And this is possibly the most fun episode features Supercast powers and Jennifer's ability to perform as an insane leader. Okie dokie. Like I said, I thought her performance was fine. I just thought the episode was terrible.
Well, you can't be right all the time, Clobby. I love you.
I'm never right. You just don't like that actress. You got axe to grind. You don't like Jennifer, but who does really now? But
well, after she did what she did, it's a
yeah. But I'm talking about before that. Yeah,
yes,
no one knew.
But they were children.
Oh no, look, she's a scumbag. I'm just talking about Admiral Cheek said something else. I just can't give more than 1 or 2 episodes of Voy and F. It's good-hearted even when it fails. All right, it's okay, Teak. We understand. Zathras says, F+. How much did Extra get paid to do that with Neelix? She is now doing kitten videos for YouTube. I need a Claboni cleanup stat.
You did it. He called for the Claboni.
You got it, buddy.
Neelix, and I strongly dislike Cass. Hey, did I tell you that I hate Neelix and I strongly dislike Cass? Neelix, and I strongly dislike Cass.
Yeah, but just in case.
Crap.
Oh, and also, okay, one more, just to make sure.
Draw that man in a chicken suit. It's the Chicken Man!
All righty then. Wolfie! So good to see you, Wolfie.
I know, I love Wolfie.
It says, rating F. When you try to sleep, when you try to sleep, I want you to remember Pelix, the smelly F trap. I'm not saying that word in this whole rest of this review. I'm not saying the word for the things.
Yeah, Wolfie.
Those things we walk with. Tap dancing around as shown into the opening of this episode. Seriously, what the F is that exactly? It was really disturbing. Where was your other one, Wolfie? Hang on. Wolfie, it says 1 of 2. I don't have a second one yet. That was at 10:30 my time, 9:30 your time. Maybe it disappeared. Keeps happening. Wolfie, if we find your second one, we'll read it. Mistral says, I give this episode 2 Neelix F massages out of 10. I can't say that word, foot or feet. I said it there, but I'm not going to read it anymore. Just for this review, though, I'm fine after that because it's just too traumatizing. Captain Dector enjoys this episode. Wow, Zathras, you went there. Parker Luck says, I'm not sure for a grade, but doesn't Warlord lend into a later part in a future season? Because I thought it did. I don't really know for sure. I think you never know. It could be. Javan Lama says, I'm not so sure about that though, Parker. Reading all the descriptions of this episode, I'm glad I didn't watch it like I promised. Well, that's fair enough. Well, no reason you should. RRTNZ didn't mind Warlord so much. I'm not kidding. A solid C. Sorry. I enjoyed Cass's villain turn. Not a good episode, but not a bad one either. Okay. All right. Thank you. Victor says, let's see. Hail, Clobby, Rachel. Raquel, he's just an accident, I'm sure.
No, he knows how to spell it. It was auto-corrected.
Oh, okay. Everyone in the chat. Here's a little late. Here a little late, but I can never miss a Saturday Night Star Trek with my favorite Trekkies. Well, thank you. Same. It was great to see you, Victor. Thank you so
we
much
love
for that.
Vic.
We're always glad to see you here. I totally agree. Everyone with everyone with this one. That opening scene with Neelix rub almost made me turn it off. Oh God, I should have reviewed. We should have skipped this episode. It made
His creepy reaction. It's like Shooter and Wolfie described it perfectly. It's just so grody.
Nipple rubbing simultaneously having his hand down his trousers. Barf, says Wolfie. Damn, Wolfie. Gee.
I think that Wolfie, was his 2 of 2.
You know what? I should have said, you know what? We're gonna. There's an episode we're gonna leave out. 734 Club. 734 Club, and we should have not reviewed this one.
Officially cutting it?
No, I mean it's too late now. We reviewed it, but I should have said, you know what? We're skipping this one. It's for the sake of humanity. We'll review garbage like Sub Rosa. That's one thing, but this is because the episode itself is just sort of beyond that. Just whatever. But they were way worse. Let's face it, this is way worse, Voyager. But
He's dead, Jim.
That one thing. Oh my God. And let's see. But we appreciate Mark C's tireless work now. There's no question about it. So let me see. He had one other one that no, I'm not showing it. No, never mind.
What in the name of heaven is this?
Heaven's got very little to do with this. All right, are we ready to move on? By the way, Mark D does he has empowered me to give his rating of every episode tonight since he couldn't be here. He loves this
is
one
an
so
outstanding rating. Please tell them.
Yes, he gives it an A plus, especially for that opening scene. It's his favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
He loves it so much. In fact, he went and put it on a continuous loop on every TV in his house.
He did.
He's also starting a new YouTube channel that's just that scene over and over again with Neelix and the getting his rub.
Yep.
And it's going to be on a constant loop of that. Go sub to it.
Yep. Sarah Silverman, she has a channel where she just shows her feet. And so I think he's going to take some samples of that and mix them in with Chicken Man. And it's just going to be on loop on this new channel of his. So very excited for Mark. So if you love Chicken Man's feet and you love, just watching Chicken Man be creepy, head on over to Mark's new channel.
There you go. Chicken Man fans.
Admiral T subbed.
No, I didn't. No, we didn't. We play. Oh, you don't know what happened? Oh my God. We didn't.
Make them watch. Make them watch.
There's no way I was going to play the 14-minute one, but we played a couple of them.
Mark's only feet channel.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And everybody, and there he is. Everybody, give him his. Go ahead, beat him with the sticks or whatever. He's here, folks. He's the reason you all suffered the Neelix's feet thingy right there. Go get him.
Feet. Oh my God.
Go get him.
Oh God, Quagnar might be the funniest person I've ever met.
Oh, Quag. Take him down, folks.
Mark's only feet.
Oh God.
Oh no, Admiral T said the agony of the feet.
All right, everybody, that's it. Hey, don't make me come over there. Don't let me turn this chat around. I will.
Oh God. Oh God. I can't even breathe.
Oh God Almighty.
Oh God, you guys are so funny. I love you so much. Oh God.
So, Jesus. All right, who's ready for our next episode?
Let's get it. Let's
we ever?
This next one.
All right, everybody. Next episode is.
Oh God. Scuba Pete says, Mark, you and I are going toe to toe. You nailed it this time.
Look, that's just gone too far. You gars.
Oh, so funny.
All right, everybody. Next thrilling episode. There we go. Is The Q and the Gray.
It is The Q and the Gray. The Q and the Gray is season 3, episode 11, production code 153. This was first broadcast on November 27th, 1996. I'm going to be reading from Wikipedia. As dumb as that is, I just have to because I I don't want to write the summary every week for 4 different shows. I would do it if we were talking about TOS, but we're not. Captain Catherine Janeway is surprised when Q appears in her quarters and in her bed one night. Why did they add one night?
Yeah, one night. Well,
Q is intent
so-
on Janeway becoming the mother of his child and plies the captain with gifts in an attempt to win her affections. Q believes that his desire for Janeway should be regarded as an honor, but Janeway insists that he leave, and eventually he does. Q's absence does not last long as he abducts the captain and takes her to the Q Continuum, now appearing as an American Civil War period piece. He explains that there is a civil war brewing among the Q race, and Q hopes that he and Janeway can bring a child into the Continuum to avert war. Why? Did they forget about Amanda? What about Amanda? The Q authorities...
Oops.
Pardon?
Oops.
Yeah, there's an oops. The Q authorities, represented as Confederate soldiers, fire on them, wounding Q, then arrive and capture Q and Janeway. The Q leader, appearing as a Confederate colonel, intends to execute them both. On Voyager, the remaining crew have been observing dozens of supernovae taking place throughout the area. A Q female, the illustrious, gorgeous,
Susie,
sweetheart of a woman, Susie Plaxon. Q's former partner appears and says that the civil war among the Q is the cause. That was why write it like that? She helps the crew reach the Q Continuum by flying into a supernova and provides the Voyager crew with Q weapons, which they use to attack the Q authorities' camp and free Q and Janeway. If you had to take a shot for every time this person said Q, like, the two resume their relationship and decide to become parents themselves, thus ending the war. Captain Janeway is witness to the two Qs mating, which consists of touching fingers. Q returns later to Janeway's quarters with his infant son and asks her to be his godmother, which she accepts. And that is all the weirdos on Wikipedia have to say about the Q and the Gray. What did you think of this episode?
well, we did have Susie as a redhead. Look, I love Q. So anytime you have scenes when he's doing, being, annoying Q, annoying Picard, annoying Janeway or whatever, Cisco, it's always gold. I mean, because he's just John Delancey's terrific. At least for me, I really enjoy it. Even if he never really makes a lot of sense to the episodes they make with him. Usually episodes with him are more geared toward the fun, like there's kind of the frivolous type things and stuff like that. But the whole, I just think it's a crappy story, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't. I mean, again, there's some enjoyable stuff with him, and even in Susie Plaxon. It's not fair. I love Susie. I love her. But on the whole, and again, scenes with him aggravating Janeway are kind of fun to watch. Just like, because Picard's such a stick in the mud. It's fun when that's why it's fun when he aggravates him, when he picks on him. And she is too, so it's fun when he messes with him and stuff. There's not quite enough of that. The serious crap with the Q Continuum Civil War, and of course, showing it to her the only way she can perceive it. I get that. Maybe some people think that was clever. Maybe not really for me. But just kind of overall for a Q episode, kind of dull, to be perfectly honest with you, and I didn't really buy into it that much. It was okay. I don't hate it or anything, but But go for your notes. Let's just not.
Well, I totally respect that, and folks are asking in the chat, supernova and supernovas and supernovae. They're the plural. You can use supernovae or supernovae or supernovas, but I would need to look it up where it is more accustomed, like, you know what I mean, like,
right.
Supernovas might be more American or whatever. I didn't look it up. Sorry. I don't.
By the way, I
pre-read
didn't
that.
want to make it sound I hated the episode. I mean, again, I enjoyed it, but I just think there have been better Q episodes.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But the bar is pretty low at this point.
Yeah.
I just want to say from my notes that I hate Neelix. I just
Oh.
absolutely hate Neelix. This is the worst character, the worst actor. I just like, you know, I think the Klingon Rite of Ascension, it would be too good for this guy. Super Cass has a new interest, and now she wants to, you know, move into astrometrics or whatever it is. Super Cass, super barf. I love John in this episode, and I know that he pronounces his name Delancey, but obviously that's not the way Delancey is. That shouldn't be the way it's pronounced. It's like very likely Delancier, but whatever. It's Delancey, according to his, you know, that's what he wants to use. Lots of Hollywood people do that. They just make a mess of their last name. Anyways, he is hysterical as Q. I love him. I love that he says, when he says my a cosmic clock is ticking. And let's face it right now. Oh, if you could please
hang on.
go ahead and give me permission to do that, boss.
Okay.
Sorry, honey.
1 second. What I thought I did. Did I move it? Where is he? Hang on a second. Oh, I went to the wrong one. Hang on.
That's okay, sweetheart.
Okay. It's funny you should say that. I have something else for you too. Go ahead.
Okay, so do you see this beautiful Neelix, the bar rodent? This was made by Gwagnar.
Nice
Gwaggy
job, Gwag.
Gwaggy made that for us.
Hang on. I'm going back to it. I messed something up. There you go.
It's just, I can't believe that he did that, and everyone can see that that's very likely a naked mole rat, and I just cannot believe what a wonderful job he did. I love Gwagnar. This is just this is when he says, "You bar rodent." I mean, I laugh so hard. It's like I rewind it, rewatch it, rewatch it. Wes Cagle is here. Good evening.
Hey, Wes Cagle.
Yeah, if anyone wants to use that Neelix the bar rodent, he made that for us here. But please, if you decide to use that, because it is pretty glorious,
I have something for you then.
Credit Gwag.
Mark has something for you if you like that. And then you will, let's see, wait on a second. I have this for you. Whoop, there we go.
You, bar rodent.
I mean, I'm going to watch that all day long. I mean, I just love it. You, bar rodent. I mean, it is beautiful. And I wrote A +++++++ beside it. I also think that the puppy is brilliant writing. And something happens here while the two performers are working together. And it's really funny because after you've rewatched Star Trek as many times as I have, one of my favorite parts of this episode is that the puppy pays absolutely no attention to Kate Mulgrew, but when John picks the dog up, the dog actually cuddles into John, rubs its face underneath his chin, and then looks up at him so lovingly. It is such a marvelous thing to watch. And it's another thing that I never tire of watching over and over. My husband loves it too. We laugh and laugh and laugh at that part. So I love it. I would like to say that Kathy, I love it when he calls her Kathy. Kathy has already had a child. She actually had 3 kids with Tom Paris. They are hyper-evolved salamanders. Don't forget, they are more evolved than human beings. So, Kathy, you have abandoned your children. I absolutely love my beautiful, and here I call her Susie Q, because Susie Q is she is a goddess of Star Trek.
Yep.
She should be revered. We all know who the queen is. Well, Susie is definitely a princess, and we love her so much. I love the line about what are you doing with that dog? And I'm not talking about the puppy.
Oh, it was great. It
It's
was great.
Susie is perfection. And I love that when Q says about Chakotay, your first officer chuckles, isn't it? It's just so funny.
Chuckle.
Yeah, so the continuum needs Amanda. This is one thing that I don't like about this episode. In True Q in TNG, it is the child of the two Qs, and that's how they get in trouble, right? It's because they take human form, they have a baby, and it's Amanda. And we all know how cute Amanda was. We all love her. She's a little sweetheart.
Yeah.
And we all follow her on her journey, and we wish her the very best. And, we want to see her again. Anyway, I also love that Susie Q, my gorgeous Susie Q, calls Voyager a rickety barge. Such a great line. I love that Susie Q compliments Klingon females. This is a lovely inside joke. Q tells Janeway, it's never been done. This is not true at all. All you have to do is go and watch TNG True Q. And then once again, Q says, it's totally unprecedented. And this isn't John's fault, but it's not true. Remember, Amanda? This is a massive oversight, and it's embarrassing to the whole franchise. You can't make mistakes like this. We learned from Paula M. Block very early on in our readings together when we had readings that were conducive to podcasting, that it was very clear that Jerry Taylor was brought on board for continuity, or at least that's what we were led to believe in reading the Block texts, a couple of them now. So it's just these continuity errors. They're really bad. And, and it doesn't help that Amanda was gorgeous and charming. So yeah, we're all like, what? Anyways, this is a fun and comedic episode. It might perhaps be a little too comedic for Star Trek, but let's face it, I find it endearing because I have to watch this stuff every year in linear order. I don't know why I'm compelled to do it. I just am. And this is such a breath of fresh air between all of the shite. You finally get something good, something cute, something beautiful. I really love the Civil War sets and the costumes. I also think that that's very much like a TOS sort of thing. And I like this idea of you can't even fathom what the life of omnipotent beings would entail, so it has to be a metaphor. You have to find something to signify it. So I just love all of that. I really don't like the oversight of Amanda, but the rest of this, I think that this is some of the best dialogue ever written for Voyager, and this is one of my contenders for the best of all of Voyager, because Voyager is it's not good. It's very low in science fiction. There are lots of continuity errors. It's just not good. And then sometimes it's shining, despite the fact that it's not science fiction, it's science fantasy, which I embrace. If you watch DS9 and you like DS9, I'm not the biggest fan of DS9, but you have to give way to the fact that it is a soap opera. It's not science fiction. And if you're going to watch Voyager, you have to give way to the fact that it's science fantasy. If you don't, just don't watch it. So knowing that as a Trekkie, I just think that this is some of the best. It's my top qualifier. I have like 2 or 3 that whenever I rewatch, that I just say to myself, this is the best that we're going to get out of Voyager. And this is one of them. So for me, this is an A++. I love John Delancier, even though he calls himself Delancey, which is a completely different language in a completely different country, but whatever, we'll call him Delancey because that's what he wants. Yeah, it's just good. It's an A++ for me.
Okay. Wow. Okay. There you go. I give it a B+. Like I said, I didn't hate it. I liked it. Some of the episodes of Q I like better, but I certainly enjoyed it. Some of the stuff in it. So maybe I'm just so mad at the episodes I've been watching. Maybe it just drove it. I've seen this one before, but yeah. So I don't know, but like I say, Lasher was here from Papton, by the way. Lasher.
Oh, hello.
All right.
Our TNZ. Yes, I believe that the Doctor episodes are are really, really good. I love the doctor episodes.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah. Oh yeah.
As we prepare for what will eventually happen, we'll eventually put them all in order for you. T and Z.
Right.
We'll choose the best from each season of Voyager, and we'll give you basically, the boss says, I think top 5 or top 10 best, and top 10, top 5 worst. So we'll get to that T and Z, and I hope you'll be there for that.
Good night, Brogu from old
Good night,
hometown.
Brogu.
Have a good one. Thank you for being here and appreciate you. So, all right, everybody. Now, do you have what are your rating of this one?
You, bar rodent.
You can play that all night for me.
Got a shorter one.
You, bar rodent.
Well, let's see. Where were I? All right, so we have some more Max Redstead entertainment. Hang on a second.
You, bar rodent.
Bar rodent. Oh, shite. There we go. We'll just leave bar. Want to leave bar rodent up there? In honor of
I would love it if you would leave bar rodent up there.
Yeah, we could leave bar rodent up there in honor of the great Wagner. In the meantime, all right, we've got some more Clobbericks from the great Max Redstone, folks. Max Redstone. Here we go. The Q in the Gray by Max Redstone. Supernovas going off like it's Christmas Eve, foreshadowing. Well, start over. Supernovas going off like it's Christmas Eve, foreshadowing continuums that may unweave. Oh, but for the horror, even a mock civil war, when the immortal and omnipotent choose to conceive. Oh, all right, Max, well done, buddy. All right. Oh, we got a bunch of them here. All right, okay. First super chat from RR.
Bossman, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Anonymous is ducking out. He says, I got to go to bed with that stupid bar rodent face in my brain. Thanks. Good night, everyone. Good night, Anonymous.
Good night, Anonymous.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for being here, buddy. Thank you for the super chat, RT and Z. Appreciate it. It says, Q is a godlike being, almost God. A force that can conjure Q should vaporize Janeway and any nearby planets. Love John and Susie, but this ep is bollocks. Gotcha. Thank you so much, though. Appreciate you. Okay, Parker says, as Q rating C. Instead, impressive. Wasn't the reason of the Q Civil War was because of Quinn's death? Yes. In the last Death Wish, Death Wish from season 2, yes, he said that. In reality, doesn't John Delancey, real son, sat in Picard's chair? No. I don't know for sure, Parker. I'm not sure about that. Zathras says, C. It's okay, no joke. Wow, you weren't kidding? I don't know. You gave an A+ earlier, and you weren't kidding then, were you? To that, was it Futures or whatever? All right. Well, we might believe you. We might believe you. And since he made this picture for us, let's go with Wagner next. Wagner! Grade B-. The Q sound like sound like the chat here. First Officer Chuckles, Hellboy, and the best line of the episode and maybe series, you bar rodent.
You bar rodent.
You bar rodent. You bar rodent. You.
I mean, yeah. It's not like Voyager's offering us good stuff. Sorry, but there are, like, I would say maybe 10, maybe 15 Voyager episodes that are actually good. So slim pickings, folks.
Supercast now wants to add astrophysics to the list of things she can do.
That peeved me off as well.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, number one.
It's not your fault. It's that I'm behind. I'm time traveling. I'm about 4 or 5 seconds behind you, boss. Sorry about that.
Okay, good. Well, go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
Oh no, it's just that bothered me too, Greg. I didn't like that either.
Gotcha. Super guess. All right. Grade D-. I thought he gave it. thought he already had a grading. No, I already got rid of that last one. That's his first one. Did he change his rating? I thought he gave it a B minus.
He might have.
Now it says grade D minus. They're always going out on about how Voyager is short on power, so 7% power drain to watch a supernova is considered a good use of their power. How does this help them get home? Okay. Admiral Teague says, Susie Plaxton's outfit is not in any way revealing. This is a terrible mistake. I deeply lament it. They're too cute here. They saw Ken Burns' Civil War and thought they tried to make it Trek. B minus. There you go. Hang on a second. Victor Fontaine says, let's see. Sorry. All right. Agreed. Almost all of Voyager does go light on the science fiction. Then out of the blue will come a really good sci-fi one. Okay, let's start a review. Let's see. Enigmatic Drop Bear says C minus. In same way is not big on putting her crew first, is she? Q effectively offered her a deal to get Voyager home. I mean, Q is not a bad-looking dude. There were compromises to be had. Plus, he could make himself look like whatever he wanted, but she's not superficial, I guess. No, she's not the female Kirk, I guess. So I guess the crew have become comfortable with many of them unlikely to see home again, dying in the middle of nowhere as they aimlessly drift home. Yep. The Sergio Leone style fast-faced zooms were a neat little homage. How? However, using the U.S. Civil War as the setting for a war beyond mortal comprehension was weirdly parochial and painfully absurd. Interesting indeed. So, all right. Scuba Pete says B plus. Somebody's watching me. Kathy always feels like Q's undressing me. No, that's too awkward. She's got no privacy. He gives it a B plus, by the way. Empress at M says B plus. John Delancey apps got a C minimum with me. Get a C minimum with me, referring to Bangway as a dog bumps it up a notch, an extra notch. Because mine's bigger and many more jibes kept me entertained.
I'm not gonna give it a lower grade, and because I wouldn't be telling the truth. I laugh hysterically, and I've been laughing at this episode since like 1996. If something can make you laugh after that many years, anyway.
Yep, no, it's funny. It is hilarious. Wes Cagle who is the biggest Voyager fan we know. Because is minus Z. It's Voyager and not Sarah Sullivan. That was in our first episode we reviewed tonight, Futures in Part 2. This is a different one. It's one with Q West, and she's not in that one. Thank goodness. But thank you.
I think he might have been submitting for the second one because he has another one for this one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. That's good. Does he? Oh, okay. Good. I got you. I'm torn. It's Voyager, but it's also a Q episode. Guess even Voyager can have something good. Says West. That's fair enough. Thank you. You. All right, let's see. But the being Jilly says B minus. I'm a huge fan of Q, and he is in the TNG. Even when given nonsense, John Delancey delivers the humor brilliantly. It's self-contradicting. Q says they can only mate with beings capable of copulation, forgetting true Q. Yet he ends up being able to do so with Lady Q anyway. So he can't keep his lie straight. That is, of course, like you said, he might have just been lying to her. Why do we keep going back to Neelix's dumb pool?
I don't know.
I've heard the pool hall as it followed the theme of game recreation known to Trek 3. No, to Trek, that is 3D chess, poker, darts, pool. Yes.
But not resorts. It was supposed to be something cerebral.
This was a luau. They love luau's on this show. Why are omnipotent beings who are connected to each other, whether they like it or not, threatened by a little individuality? I don't get it. Oh, look, puppy. Yeah, the puppy was slow. The puppy. We all love the puppy. Lisa says
When
A
you
minus.
rewatch it, do me a favor. Just watch the puppy's face when John picks the puppy up. The puppy looks up at him like he truly is God. Like the puppy has so much love in his sweet little face. I love that puppy. It's an Irish setter, right?
Yeah, I
Puppy.
think so.
Oh, he's so
Beautiful.
cute.
It's the cutest thing. Lisa says A minus. Enjoyed all Q's attempts with Kathy and to be a proud dad at the end. My issue, we were just told that all Q's are needed for balance or to that effect. Here we have a civil war to take out Q's. I don't get it either. I don't know. Let's see here. What do we got? Okay, Fiona. Princess Fiona says, if you think I think she means writers are bad at handling time travel in multiple universes, just wait until you see them take on omnipotence. That's not the thing you use Viagra for, by the way. The Q episodes rarely make any logical sense. It's just something that you roll with because John Delancey is so amazing. But this episode was particularly ridiculous. Let's see. This one wasn't particularly stupid. It wasn't particularly stupid in the way the other episodes are, but they are just kind of silly. But this episode didn't insult me the way Voyager usually does, and I love Susie Plaxton.
I feel the same way. Same way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why does Q have to ask for a child? Why doesn't he just create one with his all-powerful powers using her DNA, or he can duplicate her? There are any number of ways he can get what he wants. My only speculation on that is he just loves irritating people. He loves aggravating her.
Well, and he was saying that he was wrong about humanity, and that he thought that the Q needed a human element, and that procreating may like human beings do, and adding Kathy to that, a human being, adding human DNA. Would soften the Q and change the Q, and also give them the opportunity to not fully be like they could end their lives, or they anyway. It opens up this conversation that he was having with Picard before about that don't give up on humanity. Humanity has many aspects that are really good, and something that they are useful. The traits of humanity are useful to more than just humans. So, but yeah, it's not perfect. I mean, but it's Voyager. Ooh.
These chat is weird because they got that one from Fiona. Then it skips to 6, but then she's got 5 lower than it is. Then she got one that says 6.
It 6. Booted Eric tonight. It's doing all sorts of weird stuff.
7. Okay, I get it now. Or why didn't Janeway just direct him to one of the lizard babies? Or why didn't Janeway say yes? She's clearly a breeder. And then 6.5. Oh wait, no, 6 first. That was never mind. Or why didn't Janeway just direct him to one of the lizard babies? Or why didn't Janeway? Okay, that was the same one over and over. That was the same one too. Weird. So that one and 5 are the same. So that's why that happened. Misnumbered. Okay. And the 6.5 and 7. The one man, we got to get these back down again. The one thing that bothered me was that the amount of energy put on by supernovae would extinguish all life within 250 light years radius. The writers have no conception of the amount of energy that a single supernova releases. This episode was ridiculous, but the acting was fun, as you're going to get this phase of Voyager. Yep. Thank you, Fiona. RR TNZ says, my rating B for bollocks. The Q are gods. The scale of a Q conflict is a universe-threatening event. Should be a multi-episode arc. Will they save money this way? Rather than a 40-minute collection of memes, I hate this. But you gave it a B. I'm just
But you
teasing you.
gave it a B.
Yeah, I'm just teasing you. I know what you mean.
Hey, and plus, be careful what you wish for, RRTNZ, because at least Voyager is episodic. Remember what it was like when we were trying to get through DS9, which was written as like a soap opera for young girls. That was very difficult to get through.
A small mercy here. Eric K says B+. I love the Q. This was a feel-good episode. The puppy was so cute, and you could tell the puppy felt so comfortable in his arms. The crew could not hit anything, even with Q weapons.
I know, they're worse than stormtroopers.
Yeah, they really still pose no threat, even pointing it at them. The Q can move faster than thought. I still liked it. Yeah, it was fun. All right. Yeah. So, Shooter says B+. Kess wants to add stellar cartography to her expanding list of expertise. That's because she's
Kess, Super Kess.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
So annoying. So annoying. That person is so annoying.
Okay, a Q episode. These are always fun, right? Yes, the wordplay between Bangway and Q is quite amusing. Bangway. Oh, I love the names for her.
They're awesome. I love them.
A friend who really loves Voyager jokingly took issue with me about all those names he heard us calling her. Oh, shit. So the most enlightened species in Star Trek enters a civil war over conflicting ideas instead of hashing it out. Okay, I believe that the Q have been fairly rigid in their ideology, and change is hard. Q's description of humanity as a compassionate, just species is also very positive. Don't see that these days. Still, the literal Civil War reference was just a little bit on the nose. Yeah, Hollywood loves to mess around with the Civil War. The puppy line is burned in my head as it was used in the ads on Foxtel. The best one is Q calling Neelix a rodent, with fun world building, a nice change from the standard voyage or fare. So you're saying your favorite was this?
You, bar rodent.
Gotcha. Thank you, Shooter.
It's just, it's cathartic. It's cathartic hearing him say, you, bar rodent.
You, bar rodent.
By the way, Fiona said C. By the way, thank you, Fiona.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, RR, for another super chat. Appreciate that. Only weapon that can kill Q is Chuck Norris's fist.
Oh boy,
it's a fair Chuck Norris
I
joke.
I haven't heard that joke since I was in university.
I have not heard a Chuck Norris joke in some while.
Yep.
Oh, we got number 3 from Gragnar. Did I already do that? No. They're always going on about Voyager. About Voyager is short on power, so 7% rain to watch supernovas. I did?
You did?
I did that one. Okay, sorry. All right, Parker says, what I had meant when I said John's son sat in Picard's chair, I had meant that there's a behind-the-scenes photo in Starlog magazine. Okay. I believe it was overall view special on TNG series. Okay. I figured it must be something like that. Cool, no problem. You didn't have to explain yourself, but I appreciate that, Parker.
JT Kirk is just, I'm sorry to interrupt you, boss.
Got him right now.
Your pardon. JT Kirk has said he got nuked.
I got him right here.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
JT, I got you right here, dude.
Whew, scare me.
JT Kirk says B-. When writing Q, watch the handful of Q episodes first so you don't make a fool of yourself. Good point.
Mm-hmm.
The Union and Confederate... Yep. The Union and Confederate sides were backwards here, but they couldn't have Johnny Reb win. Of course not. Good point. Well, that's Hollywood. Well, I'm not going to get into it because I'm a Yank. I make fun of Yankees because I'm a Reb. I'm from the South, so we don't like Yankees. We don't like you Yankees up there. Just kidding. I love you Yankees. Today's Yankees, except for the baseball team. Delancey's acting saves this from one Avon territory. If one had to procreate with Q, to get the crew home or let many expire with no guarantees of home. The moral choice is to say yes to Q.
Especially after you had a litter of salamanders and just left them there. And
God.
what's worse about all of that is that in that script, they told us, I cannot believe how bad that script was. In that script, they told us that those were hyper evolved life forms, that they were far more intelligent and evolved than human beings by millennia. By millennia. Can you believe this? I don't believe this. Anyways, Bangway left her kids there. She just left her hyper evolved, superior by several millennia offspring, her full litter with Tom Paris on that planet.
Yepper. Sean Carter, thank you for the member for 9 months. 9 months with you wonderful people. So much love. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
We love you.
Oh, we look who's here for the nick of time with a review.
Mm-hmm.
It's
damn it, Mark.
Mr. Neelix's feet. Gives it a B. Some fun stuff with a delightful Q and Susie Plaxton. I wasn't enamored of the Q Civil War storyline and metaphor of blue versus gray, but Delancey helped to pull it off with his charm. Plus, we got a pepperoni. Why didn't Janeway ask Q to bring her highly evolved lizard babies into the continuum?
Yes.
Problem solved. Yeah, well, they did it. They probably understand we wanted to forget that episode. One thing that was definitely missing and could have improved this episode was Neelix's feet.
Mark,
dude,
your agonizer, please. Also,
Damn it.
you got a gift from RRTNZ.
I see it.
You, bar rodent.
Thank you so much, R. I appreciate that. Says Chuck Norris visited the moon in 1967. That's why Apollo astronauts found it utterly lifeless and full of the craters. Chuck Norris does not sleep; he waits.
I knew it. I knew the Chuck Norris jokes were going to start.
Chuck Norris jokes must stop, except for R. R could do it, but everyone else, if I see one Chuck Norris joke,
yeah,
I'm turning this
right,
show
Vic?
around.
Her whole litter of salamanders just left them behind, and they were hyper-evolved salamanders.
Who is ready for the final episode of the evening?
Final.
Are we ready for that?
Yep. Ready.
Righty then. Let's go ahead and get that up there.
I just want to thank Gwag for that beautiful work that he did.
Thank you, Gwag.
I'm going to save that.
Appreciate it, Gwagger. Okay. Now, while you're doing that, I'm going to go take some medicine. Once you get that started.
Okay,
right
sweetheart.
Back.
All right, honey.
Be
I'll
right
see you in a
back.
bit. Okay, folks, it is Macrocosm. It is season 3, episode 12. It is prod code 154. This was first broadcast on December 11th, 1996. I'm going to be reading from Wikipedia, the crap encyclopedia. It's user-generated content. I haven't pre-read it, so it might suck, but we're going to get through it together. Captain Janeway and Neelix return to Voyager after completing a trade mission with the Tac-Tac race, but find the ship adrift with no signs of life, but no apparent damage. Aboard, they investigate the empty ship when Neelix is sprayed with mucus by an unseen creature, leaving him faint and weak. Well, he was already faint and weak before. When Janeway goes to locate medical supplies, Neelix is abducted by an unknown life form. She makes her way to the bridge to send out a distress signal and assess the situation, but is bitten by a flying insect-like creature while there. She locates the crew lying unconscious in the mess hall, with strange growths on their neck that allow more of the insect creatures to emerge. She is attacked by a human-sized version of the insects, but is able to make her way to sickbay. There, Janeway finds the doctor waiting. The doctor explains while she and Neelix were away, they responded to a distress call by on a nearby Garen mining colony that reported a severe viral infection. The doctor, being a hologram, had transported down alone, believing the virus would not affect him. After discovering the virus was a macrovirus able to reproduce at a large scale, the doctor At a large scale? You mean on a large scale. The doctor provided a necessary medical treatment and beamed back, unaware some of the virus were aboard. Some of the macrovirus were aboard. Oh my God. What? Do you not know? Oh! Anyway, I'm going to keep going. The virus infected the ship's bioneural gel packs, which is total crap, and then assumed the rest of the crew, using them to reproduce. The doctor states that the macrovirus senses any bioelectric field, forcing him to stay in sickbay to avoid being attacked. The doctor treats Janeway and provides her with an antiviral gas to be distributed around the ship's environmental systems. Around the ship's environmental systems? Oh, God. I mean, like, learn some prepositions. You know what I mean? The two escape into the Jeffries tube when the virus starts attacking the sickbay doors. They split up and give Janeway more opportunity to reach the controls, and the doctor is soon overwhelmed by the macrovirus. As Janeway races for the controls, Voyager is attacked by the Tac-Tac, who are responding to a distress call but believe the ship to be contaminated and are ready to destroy it. Janeway reaches a holodeck and creates a simulation with numerous simulated persons, bioelectric signatures that draw the macrovirus to the holodeck. Once they are all inside, she traps them and releases the antiviral, killing the virus. She is able to warn off the Tac-Tac in time. She is able to warn off the Tac-Tac in time. Who wrote this? I'm going to punch you. I don't advocate for violence, but I'm going to shin kick you. The doctor is able to restore the rest of the crew and shares the antiviral formula with the Tac-Tac before they continue on their way. So, boss, who wrote this? I mean, like, you know what I mean? Is she there? Are they there? Yeah, I can't. Boss, tell me what you think of the episode. Oh, Lasher's here. Evening, Lasher. Hey, did you know that Tic Tacs are the 1-calorie breath mint?
Tic Tacs. They were Tic Tacs. Lasher, hello there. Good to see you. And what I'm trying to, I thought this episode was. I'm gonna be very honest with you here about this episode, folks. And I'm gonna sound like I'm probably overstating it a bit, overhyping it maybe. This very episode, was actually filmed, and shot and shown on TV screens and everything. Hey, Simply Steve, buddy, what's up?
Steve,
what's up, buddy? Yes, this episode, believe it or not, it was actually made and it was shown. So I mean, you can't say much more than that. I mean, you got to hand it to them. They actually made this episode, and you could. And have you ever watched something and somehow the information can't even get to your brain? Like it keeps bouncing off of your eyeballs, so you don't really know what's going on. I felt like that. I'm watching this episode, and I'm like, every time they start explaining crap that supposedly happened in the episode, here's how it comes into my. First of all, about the show bounces off my eyeballs and it goes to my ears where I'm supposed to hear, and my auditory senses. I think I was actually going insane because every time they would say, "Listen," all the dialogue was like this to me. That's what this episode would be. It's gobbledygook. It's boring, and I'm sure she's so proud of herself. Kate Mulgrew got to be Ripley in an episode.
Yeah, that's definitely what's going on. Well, the thing is that I think this could be an A++ episode, except for the fact that it's not written well, and they do write her like Ripley, and they do write her like Aaron's son, but she is not Aaron's son.
Not Aaron's son. No Aaron's son.
And
sure, yeah.
The other thing is that I'm willing to buy that these things are flying in the air. I actually think it's a super cool science fantasy idea. It actually could be science fiction.
The idea is a good idea. I agree.
We don't know because we've never met. We've never been in that situation in outer space before. But the problem is that they think of it like a microorganism. So they're thinking of it like a virus. And so like viruses move through bodily systems. They move through water. Like when you drink water and it has beaver fever, and you drink it and then you're quite sick and you get quite ill from it. You have to be careful when you're in the mountains up here, right? Or if you catch a virus, it's moving through your bodily systems. What I don't understand is these things buzz, but they don't have any wings. And how are they flying? Like, they don't have any wings. And so they're not moving
They
through
float.
blood. They're not moving through like fluid.
No.
How are they flying?
They have no mass, I guess. I mean, I don't know. You tell me how they're freaking floating around. Good point. And that was one thing. I was like, what the hell are these? Right. They were just, they were like, did they have anti-grav?
The sound is coming from. Why do
anti-gravs? Yeah, anti-gravs maybe. I don't know. I'm on there. I don't freaking know.
But isn't it like, I think it's a super cool idea. Like we've been to the microverse with Voyager. We could go to the macroverse. I think it's really neat. I think it's a cool idea, but it's just so poorly done. The whole thing is just so poorly done. In order for me to believe in this virus, I have to understand how it's moving. And it can't move without wings. And so what is propelling it? How is it moving around the ship? And how is it getting so big? What's it feeding off of? If it's born this little teeny tiny fly and it goes and it stings, and then it lays its eggs like a botfly would in Australia. I think they have botflies in Australia, and I think also in Africa and a few other places. But let's say it's like a botfly, okay? It's in there, okay? Comes out. Why does it get so big? And why does it buzz if it doesn't have wings? And if it's not moving through a fluid system like blood or a human system or water or something, how's it flying? How's it flying?
Bioelectric field. He's just, I don't know. They're related from the aliens in the blink of an eye. Oh, I don't know, because you know what? By the time I'm going to confess something to you, friends. I have a tendency when I'm watching something late at night to fall asleep. But this is in the middle of the day, and I was not tired. I just had something nice to eat, and I've been running around. I've been sleeping better lately. I've been okay. I was fine. And I'm trying to, and I watched something else there. And I watched a whole bunch of, I watched the whole football game earlier or after. But anyway, so I watched this, and sort of halfway through, I was like, it started putting me to sleep. I had to rewind this 5 freaking times because I kept falling, dipping out and going back. So it's probably just me. But I just found it to be staggeringly uninteresting. I liked the concept, but it was just, they weren't interested in the concept. They were interested in her running around and her being Ripley. And
that was weak. That was weak sauce. I also didn't like the B'Elanna and Paris, their exchange, like when they're talking in the mess hall. And I also don't like the fact that, Sean's bringing up Operation Annihilate. Well, I love Operation Annihilate.
I do too. Yeah.
But the thing is that that's the Holy Trinity out on a walk. This is an entire military crew full of trained military officers, and once again they succumb easily. I mean, I don't know why the writers keep writing them like this, but 150 people. It's always 20 people. They don't show 150 people. They can't be bothered.
Where was everybody?
It's 150 people, and so what? The only capable people are Suter and Captain Ripley, or wannabe Aaron's son. Yeah. So I don't know. And like I said, I think the whole thing is a super, super cool idea. But
did you read notes yet, by the way?
Pardon?
Did you read notes yet?
Yeah, just my notes are just, I hate Neelix. How are these things flying through the air? Why don't they have wings? Where's the buzzing sound coming from? Airborne viruses would need to be super tiny. If they're really big, then we need to find out how they're moving around in the air. Because, gravity. And I thought the Bologna and Paris exchange was super stupid. And I think it's so sad that once again, the incompetent military crew is so easy to succumb to something like this. This would be target practice for them. Imagine Worf. Worf would have so much fun shooting these things.
Yeah, there you go. Well, what is your rating of what are we calling it again? Oh, macrocosm.
Yeah, so I give it a D, and I actually think that it's super sad because they finally had a good science fiction idea after just giving us that comedy, which we needed because they were really starting to lose me in 1996. And it's depressing when you watch it on a rewatch, like all of these shows in order. They're just it's a lot of suck. And so like it's like you get so hopeful because the Q story with Susie Q is coming. I'm so excited, and Bar Rodent is coming, and you get so excited, and then this one comes along, and all you think to yourself is, wow, what a squandered idea.
Things will get better soon.
Yeah, why not fill the corridors with some type of fluid? Let's say that the fluid that it spit out on Neelix.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say that can actually like biomagnify or reproduce, and so it begins to fill the corridors with liquid, and so the crew is actually in the mess hall, and they're all trapped in there because the transporter isn't working, and all of the halls have been filled with this liquid that would allow this virus to travel around inside of the ship, so turning it into almost like a bodily system. So here, this is when you start to think to yourself, oh, this could be a super wicked cool idea, because like, think about when you have a super horrible cold, and think about the way that mucus interferes with your airway. You have an inability to breathe, and like, there were just so many cool things I could do with this if I was in that writer's room. And what are there are like 20 people in that room. You couldn't take this really super awesome, wicked cool idea. I mean, I don't know. I'm watching Blake 7 right now, and I just see these small ideas on Blake 7 executed so perfectly. They're not complicated ideas. They're just new twists, fresh ideas. They feel so good, and this is such a cool idea. But they crapped the bed. They pooped the bed on this one. Why? And there's like 20 of them in that room. Didn't somebody want to raise their hand and say, "Hey, can't we make this cool?" It's a D.
No, they thought it was cool by having, they thought what they were doing was cool, not like, can we make this intelligent? They didn't ask themselves. They just wanted to make it cool, and it wasn't. God. So you give it a what? A D?
I gave it a D. I mean, it deserves
an
F, but I actually like the idea. It's just horribly done.
I give it a D minus. So yeah, I'm right there with you. So all right, my friends, I don't have any limericks, I don't think, but I do have you. So come along with your reviews, your ratings and reviews of what is it? Oh, macrocosm. Yeah, I'm sorry. In the meantime, we will ask this again.
You, Bar Rodent.
All right, folks, let's let them have it.
I'd just like to say before we get into it too, that you have no idea the impact of that episode with Q for everyone who at the time hated Neelix and thought the relationship with Kes was gross. That should be something that I should say too. For all of you who have been watching this since 1996, like I have, you know what a release is. So cathartic. I just absolutely love hearing John say, "You, Bar Rodent." Anyway, so good. I'm going to be quiet now.
All right, let's see what's going on here. All right, as soon as you get some of those set up, we will get started, my friends. Yeah, it's man, oh man. Don't know why. I just think I got you, Lasher. I hear you. We're gonna get to all of these. Okay, she got some stored down. Get moving. Wagner says, grade D minus. Neelix starting an episode again. Oh God, it's too much, so much Neelix now. Did somebody tell these idiots back when the show was being made that people wanted more Neelix? I mean, did they poll anybody, fans or whatever? And after the first 2 seasons, says more Neelix, please. Who? Oh, they really don't want me to watch Voyager, do they? You know, is Neelix is what? IPEC? I can't in humanoid form. IPEC? I don't know that word, buddy. LP. You got me with that word.
Boss man, I need to interrupt very quickly, and I'm very sorry, but I just wanted to let everyone know that Nirad Anaxamanda Bear is here.
Hey, Nirad.
I'm sorry, I beg your pardon, boss.
No, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. Always good to see you, Nirad. Thank you. All right. Okay. All right, Nirad. Always good to see you there. I don't know what that word is, buddy. Sorry. Ambassador Neelix, in the same way, really doesn't care about getting our crew home safely, does she? Really living up to her nickname here. Yeah, yepperness.
Just so you know, boss,
mm-hmm.
It is a fluid that is used to induce vomiting by medical professionals.
Thank you. Wow, I'm glad I didn't know that, and now I do. Oh boy. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks, number one, and thank you, Quack. A reading regarding the Tic Tacs. I hate this type of design for an alien. It was so terrible. How is partially blocking the mouth and mouth a good evolutionary trait to have?
You've always said that, Gwag. That's not the first time you said that, and I agree with you. How does it even eat?
Unless their planet is a home to xenomorph face huggers.
It's true. Yeah. It's true. Everyone, please welcome Read by Nature. Read by Nature, welcome.
Oh, wow. I don't know if we've had a... have you been here before, Reed? I don't know, but it's good to see you. Read by Nature, welcome to Clobbering Times. It's, I don't know if you've been here before, but it's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. All right, let's see. If
you need anything, Read by Nature, let us know.
Let's see. Where were I? J.T. Kirk says B. I love this nearly science fiction idea. The acid mucus was a nice nod to Alien. I forgive the primitive 90s CGI for no animated wings. Chipotle would have been far better than Bangway here. Got you covered, JT.
That's actually a really cool idea.
Yeah. Anti-derivative Jilly says F this episode. F. Ambassador Neelix, really?
I know.
My brain protected itself and forgot all about that thread. Die Hard or Alien on Star Trek was better in the TNG episode Starship Mine, which also had Tim Russ. Yeah. But another silly one. I can get down with something silly, but it shouldn't be happening so many episodes in a row. It's an interesting premise that failed to deliver. Let's see here. Straight up action movies with nothing intelligent to grab onto lose my attention very quickly, so I started multitasking during this episode.
Understandable.
Where was everyone in the ship? Were they just all in their quarters? I guess that saved on the budget. Why were the holograms passed out too? Good and Jill, good and where's your number 5? There we go. Oh, maybe that's where the missing crew members were. They were all partying at Neelix's pool while the ship was infected with a daily virus.
Yeah, and there are like 20 of them. Like, where are the 150 people?
Yeah, I don't know. Instead of this episode, we should have just got the promised, but never made the promise, but never made sequel to the last episode with Godmother Janeway babysitting Baby Q. Gotcha. Lasher's.
She might be joking, but that's actually kind of a good idea.
Yeah, would. Lasher said D. Don't know why. I just think this episode is overrated.
Where are you?
Are there people that like that one then? Enigmatic Drop Bear says D+. Poll. Who recognized this as a Braga concoction before his name appeared in the time? You know what? I didn't know that until you just said that. I'm not kidding, AD. My first thought was, did Brandon Braga write this crap?
Oh my God, he did.
I'm not kidding. AD, you can smell a Brandon Braga script a mile away.
Oh, it's so bad.
Boy, oh boy, did it ever stand out from the moment Janeway and Neelix landed back on Voyager. Yes, Brandon Braga. I had this friend back in the 90s he watched a lot of TNG and he was watching Voyager, and I wasn't watching it that much at that point, who used to say go on about Brandon Braga, and he got me noticing that he kind of the one caught me on to the noticing all the stupid crap he writes. And the award for the most ridiculous line in Star Trek goes to, "You have a genuine flair for diplomacy, Mr. Neelix. It was bestowed by Star Trek's worst ambassador, so there's that." Yes. Yeah, good point. This story and its concepts were so underdeveloped that it beggars belief.
Yeah.
Were this lot perpetually out to lunch?
Yeah.
They're like serial crammers leaving their homework to the very last moment.
And it shows. but it shows. A good evening, Dadman. Dadman and the Dadman clan are here, everyone.
Hey, Dadman. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. Thank you for popping in. All right, let's see here. Where were we? Where were I? Okay. Oh. Empress M says, B. Good core concept, spooky abandoned ship, a nod to aliens, and when Neelix is in danger, Mainway pauses to slowly yell, "I'm coming, Neelix!" Oh, and the silly antigen bomb. Yeah.
Yeah, other people were talking in the chat about how the acid ate through the transporter pad too. So it's like, well, all right. Oh, okay. Like, why? But then you say Brandon Braga, and it's like, oh, that's why.
Brandon Braggy. Oh, man, he must have had pictures. Fiona says, Neelix sprayed by mucus is an improvement. Why does a replicator culture need a trade mission? The only thing they need is energy. They shouldn't, but I'm going with their own cannon, right? Right.
Bossman,
yes.
I hate to interrupt, but everyone, would you please welcome Derelict Unknown?
Derelict Unknown, that's another unknown that we haven't met before.
Wave hello to Derelict Unknown, everyone. Yeah, it's just like, well, then just spit that crap on Neelix. Like, Neelix had that crap on his body. Why couldn't he be the transporter pad?
Yeah, because it could eat through that.
Right. That's why so many of us like, oh, why? Why is this happening? Why?
Welcome, Derelict Unknown, by the way. You hated that episode, apparently. Oh, yeah, it's better than filth. We call the so-called new Trek that's not real Trek, we call it the filth around here. So, yeah, it's better. Anything's better than filth, but yeah.
It's true.
Okay, Fiona continues. Sorry, Fiona. A Federation starship doesn't have decontamination capabilities? Self-defense and bulkhead lockdown? A ridiculous premise combined with biotechnobabble and MacGuffins? Yes, and ediousness. A macrovirus is simply an invasive organism. These writers are idiots. Yeah, well, Brandon Braga again. S for stupid. R for retardable. Bangway in a sports bra. Ugh. Oh, man.
Sweating in a tank top.
Thank you, Fiona. Wes Cagle says, I'm not even gonna say it. Yeah, because we know you love it. We know you love it.
Jilly has to leave. She says, I gotta go, guys. Love
Okay,
you.
good night, Jilly.
Love you too. Good night, sweetheart.
Love
Everyone say good night to Jilly.
Love
Night,
you,
Jilly.
Jill. Have a good one. Eric K says D+. Rambo Bangway is at it again. Lucky they have not gone anyplace, so Neelix knows what to do. Weak science. How do these things grow from eating air? And I can only imagine they fly from fucking farting. I guess. Lisa says D. Catherine Janeway meets Ellen Ripley. Could she put on takeoff and fiddle with her utility harness just one more time? Hurt my knees watching her crawl in Jeffrey tubes, climbing ladders and heels. Ouch. There you go. Sean Carter from Mars says, C for me. They were lucky it wasn't space herpes, or they'd have never got rid of them.
Yeah, nobody wants spurpies.
Nope. Admiral Teague says, it's a C-. The episode only makes so much sense, but I like it. In the same way, it looks hot in that tank top. It's at least a Trek-worthy idea, but there's issues. Could have been better. Thank you, Admiral.
Definitely some issues.
Shooter says C-. In same way, crawling through the Jeffries tubes while the doctor monitors a motion detector. The xenomorph, macro virus closing in on her. A macro virus, really? Yeah. How does a less than single-celled organism become a complex life form?
Mm-hmm.
Also, how are these things floating around?
Mm-hmm.
The weird aliens are infuriating with their excessive body language. Oh, that was so. Mm-hmm. I can't stand them.
And watching him pretend that he's Counselor Cameltoe and conquering.
Who? Oh, yeah. Neelix. An attempt at horror, but the long flashbacks are excessive and ruin the suspense. All to get Ripley on Voyager. Did I mention the idiocy of the captain leaving the ship in a shuttle?
Right.
Yup. Yeah, and you did not, but you did. Actually, you did. Just there. So there you go. Wow. Well, looks like the last one. I guess Mark D. Oh, there's Mark D. He doesn't have a review, but so he wants to give it an A++++++++.
Well, I knew he was going to give it an A++.
Brandon Braga. B is for boorish. R is for redundant. A is for absurd. G is for gouchy. A is for apathetic.
Okay, I got him.
Oh, you got him? Okay.
I got
him. Oh, you did. Okay, he does have some.
Mm-hmm.
Mark D with the C gives it a D. Horrible execution of a decent science sci-fi idea.
Right, Mark?
Yep, it was a good germ of a story. Good.
I hope Scuba P heard that.
Yeah, I hope he did. At least it did. It give me a good laugh when Janeway was gearing up to fight in her aliens outfit.
I know, right?
I know Ellen Ripley. Ellen Ripley was a friend of mine. Bangway, you are no Ellen Ripley. Oh boy, taking something out of the historical American politics. That was Lloyd Benson. Yeah. Wasn't Lloyd Benson? No. Yeah, it was him. I think it was Lloyd Benson, wasn't it? Okay. Yeah, he said that today in Quail. All right. Okie dokie then. Wow, we're done with this episode. Yay. We're through with this stinker-ooger.
Nurot says, I hope they revisit the macrovirus thing more in future Trek episodes. Maybe they came from that giant floating head in the center of the galaxy.
Could be.
What does God need with the starship?
I do not know. What happened? Oh, there we go. That did happen. Yeah. So, one more time.
You, bar rodent.
Thought you'd like that one more time.
I mean, yeah, you could just keep watching it over and over again, but there's so many, like, Susie Q is just awesome here, too. I love Susie Q. Susie Plaxton is, she's a Look,
Yeah.
we have a queen, but she is our princess, and she is the people's princess, and she's just so beautiful and charming. It's so good to see her, and she had so many good lines in that episode.
Yeah, but Fiona says Clobby keeps blaming Mark, but make no mistake, Mark. Make no mistake, Clobby is the one that kicked off the video. Yeah, but I gave it to I left it to a vote though, and everyone voted for it.
Yeah.
There's plenty
Claude
of stuff out
Selling's
there.
here.
Hey, Claude. All right, good to see you, Claude. Plenty of gross stuff out there. He is the one that chose to show it. No, I didn't. I gave it to the vote, and he's the one that if he never made the video, it would have happened. And it's just, I would never make that video. Not that I know how to make videos, but you know. So and I'll tell you why I did that, because he's our chief engineer and he's my friend, and I didn't want to disappoint him by at least giving him a fair shot to have his disgusting video shown. So yeah, I was just doing that for him.
I thought you might want to hear from our new friend. I really like this comment from our new friend, Yamalama.
Yep. I've seen some new Trek via Dave Cullen reviews, and they just seem insulting on every level to a normie, but to a hardcore Trek fan, I could only imagine. Yeah, it's horrible stuff. I've seen some of it, and yeah. Oh wow, I gave you bad dreams, Fiona. I'm sorry. I wish I could give you good dreams. Wait a minute, I'm gonna give you some good dreams. Hang on a second. But yes, where was it? Who was it? Oh, who put that up there again? That was
Jamalama.
Oh, Jamalama. Yes. And by the way, I like Dave Cullen, but he's one of those that gave a positive review to P-Hard season 3. And P-Hard season 3 is trash, but I still like it.
Bad, but it was still so bad.
Yeah, but people, he's still a good guy. I like him. It's just wrong.
Simply Steve says, "Well, I didn't vote."
Well, I mean, yeah. Look, blame Mark because I gave him a shot. I didn't want to. He went to all that. He goes to all this trouble to make all these videos for us all the time. So if he makes one, I'm going to give him a fair shot to have it played. Even though when he was telling me about it, I said, "Oh, dude, I'm not playing that." I yelled at him, but I figured, all right, I can't do that to him. I got to at least give him a fair shot. Look, I didn't want to play it. He's the evil one here. But so I'm just saying. Anyway, Fiona, let's see if we can cheer you up. Here we go. I have had enough of you. And how about this?
It is green.
No bloody A, B, C, or D.
Scotty.
As good as your word.
Aye, sir. The more they overthink the plumbing, the easier it is to stop up the drain.
Leave out alone.
Surely that.
Oh. Captain, I see no reason to stand here and be insulted.
Everything that guy just said is bullshit. Thank you.
All right. I hope that's better, Fiona. And good fun that somebody loses an eye.
Palate cleansing.
Oh, Gwagnar says, yes, Voyager doesn't get an A, B, C, or D, but an F.
Yeah, I try to be as kind as I can possibly be, but
Yes. Yes, it is bad. It's all fun and games until someone loses their lunch. True. But also, we also have
Cass, Super Cass.
Draw that man in a chicken suit. It's the Chicken Man!
Who is it?
Brain and brain. What is brain?
So there you go. Crap. Well, it's Voyager, folks. We're almost, at least we're going to be soon. Once we get through this, we'll get to the 7 of 9 stuff, and it'll get better.
And then even if the episodes suck, everyone will be mesmerized by her chesticles.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, Jamalama, a lot of people were softer on PR season 3. I thought nothing's worse than the first 2 seasons, but I still thought it was terrible. But, and then you couldn't finish, you couldn't watch that last episode on the plane. It's awful. So anyway, there you go, folks. We've got it done. And hey, we're getting there. Believe me, I would love to skip ahead to Enterprise, but look, there are people that don't like Enterprise. I know some of you don't like it.
How?
I love it. Oh, it's the redheaded stepchild of Star Trek. We know that.
What? I have red hair.
That's an expression. You know what I'm talking about. You've never heard that expression?
Boobs. Yes.
The redheaded stepchild.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. But
hey, you don't have to convince me. I love redheads. Boy, Susie is a redhead, was rocking it.
She was.
Woo wee. She played, a non-alien the first time. That may be the only time I've seen her not playing an alien.
Yeah.
Is that the only time I know she's an alien. She was playing a Q, but you know what I mean, looking like a human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not an alien
humanoid
makeup.
form. Well, not humanoid form, but just not an alien. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and by the way, you have the great Mark D with the C to thank for all those lovely clips. By the way.
Damn it, Mark.
Well, why don't we start to mosey on out of here? Let everybody get out of here. We've been here for 3 hours. I know it's late for you. To be fair, all Trek seasons 1 and 2 suck always. And that's not. I don't agree with that. Last year, the original series, season 1 or 2, are the greatest Star Trek ever made. Those 2 seasons. Now, I can only name you maybe one episode in season 1 I don't like, and a couple that were just okay, but still season 1's brilliant. Season 2, same deal. Maybe 1 or so that I don't like much, but season 2 is fantastic. Now 3's got problems. So, I know what you're saying. TNG, DS9, and yeah.
But you have to be careful though, because 3 is the corporate season.
I know, but I'm just in general. But
but when the Holy Trinity goes, well, we're sorry, we can't participate in this anymore, and it's like the 4th or the 5th corporation, and the corporation is like, we're gonna do it this way now. It's like you gotta, anyway.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Last year, I figured you weren't including.
Oh yeah, you said TOS doesn't count.
Yeah, I figured you weren't including TOS in that. But to be honest with you, I got to tell you, I think nobody will argue that the TNG first 2 seasons are very weak. Just as the first 2 seasons of Voyager are weak. Now we're in the 3rd though. So, but I think DS9, those first 2 seasons, I didn't think were as bad as the TNG or even the Voyager season. In fact, they were closer to more episodic, and they had some science fiction stories in there amongst their. I think actually, in a sense, when I look back on DS9, they had more episodic stories, and they had some really good ones in the first 3 or even almost 4 seasons, until it turned into say Lemon Pie. Good to see you.
Lemon Pie.
It turned into a big soap opera after that, but
it's a soap opera for little girls.
Yeah, especially those last couple.
It is
last
it's a soap
season.
Opera for little girls. It's for little girls to go ooh ah.
And Teague, I don't even agree with that. I kind of like the pilot of Enterprise. I mean, I like Broken Bow, but I understand what you're saying. A lot of people don't like the first 2 seasons. I love the first 2 seasons.
I don't know what the 735ers are going to think about me when we get to Ent, because I unabashedly tell people, as a massive Gene Roddenberry fan, that I believe that Gene Roddenberry would have fully approved of Enterprise. I think he would have loved it. I think he would have. He could have improved some things here and there, but I think it is the closest to what he intended with TOS.
Well, there you go. Fiona hates the theme song. I got used to the theme song, Fiona, but I do agree that it was the wrong thing. They should have maybe at the end credits or something.
Orchestration.
Orchestrated all the way. The Archer's theme that was originally intended as the theme, I think, should have been used. Yeah. It was a bad decision. I agree. But
I get outvoted on that one, though, in my house, Princess Fiona, because my offspring and my husband both love the song. So they tortured me with it. So it's actually, it's grown on me, but only as a family joke. We could be returning from the grocery store and I'll get, it's been a long road from both of them.
Yes, I don't know. I mean, I actually like it now, but I'm still don't. You can like something and still not think it's. For example, I love Enterprise. It would actually, and I'll contradict and say they should have made a prequel TV show. I don't like prequels. I again, two things can be true at the same time. I can say, should do something. Should you do? You did something and it turned out to be something I like, so I'm glad of it. Nevertheless, I don't know. It was not necessarily the great idea. Maybe like a small mini series that was a prequel showing the beginnings of the Federation or something, or maybe a movie that talks about it. An old series based 100 years before the original series, 30 years later. I don't think it was necessarily the right way to go, but I still love the show. So again, it's a contradiction, but there you go. The world, life's like that.
Yep.
Anyway, so number one, closing words for all of us so we can get a move on out of here.
Okay, well, the first thing that I have to say is hail to the chat. Thank you so much for taking this time, spending this time with us, giving us your reviews, sharing in this conversation. You guys are marvelous conversationalists, each and every one of you. We're going to shout you out, but I just have to say, like, as a group, how wonderful I think it is that all these Trekkies can come together, and we have like this mini Star Trek convention every weekend. And I just love you all so much because the conversations you all create, the jokes you make, the ratings you give, the things you talk about, you are what make this program great. So I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart that I read every single thing you say. I love these conversations, and I'm just so honored to hang around with all of these Trekkies and be able to talk about Star Trek in this way. So thank you for the effort that you put forth and for the magical conversations you create. And I truly do mean magical. I don't mean that in a hyperbolic way. I think it's really cool that we all show up here ready to have these in-depth conversations with evidence regarding something that we have all loved, most of us, for most of our lives. So it's truly remarkable, and I appreciate it. I want to thank all of the wrenches for the hard work that they do, and people like Wagner and people like Jill who are out on their social media talking about Clobby, trying to bring people to Clobby. And there are some huge standouts too, Larry and Shooter and JT Kirk. You guys are out on social media just promoting the heck out of Clobby's channel, and the way that you try and build the memberships here and build the community, build the club here, build up Clobby's channel. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate it so much. I also want to shout out to everyone who sent Clobby gifts. These gifts that you sent him, they help keep the lights on at this virtual comic book shop. And it's just outstanding that you help us along in this way. So thank you for giving gifts to the boss. We really appreciate it. I also want to thank all the lurkers, people out there, like, between 200 to 300 people watch this show each week, depending upon what's going on in the world. And so, there are a lot of people out there who are listening to us as a radio program, or listening to us as a download, or listening to us on a rewatch. I just want to say thank you, especially like and others out there who have been with us for years now. So thank you so much for that. I also want to take this time to offer you your opportunity to join in here and be a member. The 735 Club, just being around Clobby, it's just so much fun. And if you join as a member, you can use all of our silly emojis, and you can have one-on-one conversations with Clobby. And he owned a comic book shop for many years. The guy is just brilliant. He hates talking about that. He doesn't like, pumping his own tires. But you guys, truly he is. I just appreciate his knowledge base so much, and he's just so fun to hang out with. So, but if you can't join as a member, we understand that too. So all we ask is that you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you had a good time tonight, hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Clobby is usually talking about stuff in popular culture, in geekdom. He has extreme subject matter expertise in comics, so you will probably enjoy his shows about that as well. So don't forget to hit that notification bell. I want to thank my patrons. I have another book coming out. I'm an indie author and I write science fiction, classic episodic science fiction, no BS. And you can buy it for 99 cents each, those stories on Amazon. But on the business end of it, publishing and getting the books out there and getting the stories out there, I have patrons. Like I'm living in some type of 18th century novel. Anyway, so I want to thank these marvelous human beings who have backed my book and helped me to get it over the finish line. Larry, Tony Stark, Sean Carter, Cardinal Sin, Shooter, Guagnar, Chris Persia, Scuba and Leslie Pete, Eric Kay and his trusty dusty dog Kirby, who I love, Enigmatic Dropper, Michael and Cassandra Beacom, Mark D with a C, Anti-Derivative Jill, Maximum Redstone, JT Kirk, Dadman and the Dadman Clan, Lord and Lady Thoth, and of course, Little Lance, I'm chucking you some cheese, Rob Altus, and of course, Tyler. Thank you so much for backing my book. I'm very excited for that second book to come out, and I hope that folks will go and at least buy a couple of stories and see if they like it. Last but certainly not least, I want to thank one of my best friends that I've ever had in my life. I love you, Clobby. Thank you for being friends with me. Thank you for inviting me here. Thank you for creating and hosting this space for Trekkies. You are such a sweet and just marvelous human being. I love you, best friend. And it was great tonight. And I'll see you on Thursday. Thank you so much for having us, boss.
Oh, I love you too. Thank you so much. Please disregard all those good things you said about me. None of them are true. Thank you.
Will somebody please put Clobby in the agony booth? Please just go ahead and put the agony booth in the chat. You can roll for him if you want. I don't mind. Also, shin kicks are appropriate. Shin kicks are appropriate.
Oh, do you need to fly or do you want to stay for the shout outs?
No, I'll stay for the shout outs.
Okay,
Please go ahead, boss.
Show notes and shout outs, everybody. And thank you so much for those wonderful words. By the way, we shout out to the great Mark D with a C who couldn't be here with us tonight, but we appreciate you. The videos you make, even though you made everybody sick, which was your intent, and all the help you do, everything you do. Seriously though, Mark D with a C does so much for us. He makes every time you see a video that I show up there, it's because of him. He does it all. And we miss
Mark.
We miss him when he's not here. We miss you, buddy, when you're not here.
True.
But we thank you for all you do. And we
even when you're making puke.
Even she said that, I didn't. But we thank you seriously. And everyone misses you. They're still going to throw shin kicks at you, but yeah. So thanks, and I hope you're having a good time and being safe. And hopefully see you on the Geekery tomorrow night. So shout outs, the show notes and the shout outs, everybody. Here we go. As I said, at the aforementioned Geekery tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern. If it looks like, again, unless something changes, the Geekery will be in session. Sunday Night Geekery. If you haven't been there, of course, there's the Great Mark D's channel. His link is in my description below. I don't have it on me at the moment. Unless somebody get the link in there.
Canadian Spider-Man is here, boss.
Oh, Canadian Spidey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Canadian Spider-Man.
Good to see you, bro.
Spider-Man.
He does whatever a Canadian spider can. I can tell you that. All right, so anyway, and then there might be some eatery involved. Then Monday night, I will be at the Great J Man's channel as I am 3 Mondays out of the month. As Sean and J Man and I continue our chronological in order reviews of the Bronze Age, Silver and Bronze Age Legion of Superheroes in order, and we have a lot of fun doing that. That is 6 Central, 7 Eastern. And
Can
then
I interject quickly? I think I need to let everyone know because almost everyone is here tonight. Guagnar sent me his Legion ring. So everyone who is going to help me get my Legion ring so that I could do my Dream Girl, I just want you to know that Guagnar saved me. I have a Legion ring on the way. So I have everything I need for Dream Girl. And I just want to say thank you to Guag. He's given that to me out of his collection. The guy is so generous and what a sweetheart of a man. So Dream Girl, I'll have it ready. I should have it ready by the end of November. And it's all thanks to Guag. Thanks, Guag.
Oh, thanks, Guag. That's very cool of you, man. Appreciate that. And by the way, a Shooter, thank you for the super chat. Almost for flicking the light switch for 1 more minute. Thank you, Shooter, for the super chat. I really appreciate that, buddy. You're too kind, man. Let's see where we're okay. So that's on J-Man's channel, the great J-Man's channel. And then Monday night, Mark C. Comics Talk. This is Doctor Who month, the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. The BBC has treated Doctor Who like filthy garbage, but I happen to be a big fan. I love it almost as much as I love Star Trek. And since Monday night, Mark C. is Comics Talk, I'm going to talk about a bit of the history of Doctor Who comics. So, going to be a lot of fun. Well, who knows? Maybe it won't be fun at all, but I'm going to try. We'll see what happens. But if you want to learn something about Doctor Who comics, maybe you don't want to learn anything about it. You can just come and hang out and talk about them. So we'll see. But anyway, that is going to be fun. And then, of course, that's all. I'll be in my usual spots all week. Wednesday night, Wild Card and Wednesday night, which will be another Doctor Who show. Globby's Clubhouse, reviewing Blake 7 on there and Star Trek Early Voyages comic. And again, Friday nights on J-Man's channel, reviewing Fourth World with Sean and J-Man. And then also 32 Flavors channel, my buddy Nick Weiser's channel, the comics up on Friday nights. So, and of course, here are your episodes of Star Trek Voyager next week, folks. Next week, our episodes will be Fair Play, Alter Ego, Coda, and Blood Fever. Are you excited? Now, shouting out our fantastic wrenches, of course. Eric K., the Bronze Wrencher. Chris Persia. G-Bud Martin. Lord and Lady Thoth. J-Man. Kal-El. Maddie's Daddy. Fanty Outside, and Maximum Redstone. Thanks, Max, for all the limericks and stuff tonight, buddy. Really appreciate you. And now to shout out all of you, because this is the way we roll up in here. We shout out our friends who come and visit. You take the time to come visit us. Whether you're still here or not, you get the shout outs at the beginning and the end of the Saturday Night Star Trek. That's how we roll. And as again, the great Mark D with a C, Antiderivative Jill, FKHC 2005, Empress NM. Taylor Swift is better than Disney Star Wars. And what is it? Or greater than, sorry. Shooter, thank you so much, buddy. Raymond Feliciano. Let's see. Guagnar, buddy, thank you so much. JT Kirk. Let's see. Dave G Sound. Enigmatic Drop Bear. So great stuff again, ED. Thank you so much, buddy. And they call him Scuba Pete. And Brian Hepburn. And Sandra Feliciano. And Rob Altus. Ray Lucard. The Tetrarch of Apathy. The lovely, lovely Sherry. Larry. Thank you, buddy. Parker Luck. Can't lose. Sander Hammerslag. Sathras. Brogu from my old hometown. Snail Messiah. Always good to see you, my friend. You rock, sir. Doc Fortune. What's up, Doc? Yeah, what's up, Doc? Stephen S. Anonymous. Let's see. Mistral. Niblick. Mistral. Thank you for being here. It's good to meet you. Just Joe. Jobber. Sean Gutter from Mars. Turing Machine. Jamalama, Carlos Megas, Lisa, lovely Lisa, the wonderful Princess Fiona, Putin's cat, Admiral Teague, Admiral Wolfie, good to see you there, buddy. Malachi D. Wildman, the Comic Relief Crusader, Victor Fontaine, Keely Chow, Roll Tired, RR, TNZ, Zakarat, Wes Cagle, the world's biggest Voyager fan, Lasher, Simply Steve, you old rascal, Neradidax Amanda Bear, Read by Nature, Dadman and the Dadman Clan, Derelict Unknown, Claude Salling, Lemon Pie, and the great Canadian Spider-Man. Thank you all so much for being here with us tonight. It's been a blast. You've made it that way yourselves. You're fantastic, all of you. Just can't wait to see you. Have a wonderful week. Hope to see you throughout the week. But if we don't, see you right back here next week, I hope. 4 more episodes, 4 more scintillating episodes. Until then, my dear friends, clobber on and trek on, and have a wonderful remainder of your weekend. Good night, everybody. Before we go, thank you to all the lurkers and those watching on a download or a rewatch. I always forget that. I'm so sorry. Good night. Had a technical glitch, everybody. Sorry. Start over again. Wait for it.
You, bar rodent.
You know you love it. All right. Get that, everybody.
I just love clobbering time.